The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of Central Kentucky high school football starts now.
The entire town of Shelbyville will be shut down tonight. Nobody will be in the restaurants. Nobody will be in the downtown square because everybody is at Martha Lane Collins High School. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Glycon Sports coverage of high school football in the state of Kentucky. Tonight, it'll be the second week in a row we've covered the Martha Lane Collins High School Titans, and they are hosting their rivals from across town, the Shelbyville Rockets, or Shelby County Rockets, pardon me. My name is Jim Tyree. Along with me will be Coach Joey Hamilton. We'll get him involved here in just a moment. But I tell you, these two teams, there's no love lost between them. Shelby County is trying to rebuild a program that's been pretty much gutted over the last couple of seasons. And at the same time, Collins has got it going on. 2-0 is their start. That's the first time since 2022 that they've started a season 2-0, trying to get to 3-0. They've scored 91 points in their first two games, a couple of blowouts. There's no reason to think that it doesn't continue here tonight. Shelby County will be trying to muster something up. New head coach Pal Miller trying to get this team back after they have really fallen on hard times the last couple of seasons. As a matter of fact, they have not won a game since 2023, October the 6th, as a matter of fact. So they will be trying to pull off the impossible here tonight, trying to get a win over their rival in Collins. Collins led by Cade Gooden. He has got offers from mid-majors across the board, and he is now trying to will his team to victory over Shelby County tonight, and we'll see if he can do so. Let's take a look at the weather forecast tonight, and the weather is presented by Suntime Pools and Spas. Good people to know if you have a pool. Going to be about 76 degrees at kickoff time. Unheard of for the end of August, early September high school games in the state of Kentucky. There is a chance of severe weather in the area. We'll keep our eye on it for you. Hopefully we can get this thing in, and all that stuff will slide to the south, and Lexington can deal with it. How about that? Joey Hamilton has joined me. Joey, it's if they can get it in, I think Shelby County has a tall task, just much like the quarterback for Collins and Cade Gooden. He's a tall quarterback. The task is tall for this Rockets team.
Yeah, I would say it's about how the parking is out there. It's a very, very crowded, very long task for Shelby County tonight. It's they haven't won a game in 2 years now, and so but they're they got on their third coach in 3 years. But, they're trying to find a culture. They're trying to find an identity. They're looking for that. And, Coach Lucas has been around for a while. He is the only coach they've ever had here at Collins. He's got a state championship in 2013. He's got an excellent, excellent quarterback in Cade Gooden. So you talk about tall tasks. They've got a puncher's chance, but anything can happen. That's why they play the game.
A lot of kids over there for Shelby County warming up out of uniform in street clothes. So the task is even tougher for Pal Miller and his staff. All right, we'll take a break, come back, and we'll hear Coach's comments. We're going to hear actually from Pal Miller, the Shelby County High School coach who just moved over after spending some time here at Collins. He's now over there at Shelby County, the new athletics director as well. We'll talk to him about how big his job is to try and rebuild this Shelby County program. That's coming up. We'll also talk about keys to the game, all on the way here on the pregame. It's Collins hosting Shelby County on Glycon Sports.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Suntime Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Suntime Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. with health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you at bluegrass.kctcs.edu. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world.
Icon Sports coverage of Kentucky high school football continues. My name is Jim Tyree. It's Collins hosting Shelby County. Rivalry time. And joining me now is the head coach of the Shelby County Rockets, Hal Miller. Coach, your team scored 28 points all of last season. In your season opener, you scored 26, albeit in a loss to Nelson County. In 2 games this season, what have you learned from your team?
Well, we're young, and we've set zero expectation on wins or losses this year. And I know that's the ultimate measure, and I am the first guy to sit here and tell you that winning matters. But since taking the job, our ultimate goal is just trying to build the culture, trying to build things the right way, have the right guys on the bus and right guys in the right positions to make sure we're successful. If we're doing things right off the field, in the classroom, in our community, with our teammate, all that kind of stuff, wins will come. You never really see a successful organization, or rarely see a successful organization that are doing things absolutely wrong off the field and then still are able to find a way to win. Those that are doing things the right way generally are winning games. So when I took the job at Shelby County, that was my number one thing, is I told the parents, told the players, we're going to learn to have great team culture first and foremost. So that's been our number one task, is just making sure we're doing things the right way. The second thing is trying to get more and more kids out and be a part of the program, but then also making sure that we're getting bigger, faster, stronger, that can get us better on the field. Just our football technique, with the way we interact on the field, knowing our concepts, knowing our schemes, being better football players. That's our number one goal this year, is to set that expectation and make sure we're good across that front. This isn't a knock on any one person or any program across this entire state. If they're not going to be held accountable, then what are we doing it for? I'm not going to be mad or frustrated if I don't set the expectation. And that's one thing that we found as a staff when we took over, is there was a lot of situational things within the game of football that our kids just did not understand. So we as coaches, if we're getting mad and frustrated, that's on us, because we didn't set the expectation. And then we're trying to hold them accountable to something that they don't understand. It's almost daily. Heck, it's almost hourly that we see a light bulb moment with our kids that they're like, oh, that's why coach says that. That's why coach has us do it this way. And we're setting that expectation and making sure we're being held accountable for it.
So what do you expect from Collins and Coach Lucas? Davis.
Having been there myself for 5 years, I know exactly what he is coaching. I know exactly what he's teaching, and they do a really good job. So if we can find a way to use our lack of inexperience to our advantage, like just play hard. And that's what we've been preaching to our guys is sometimes the person that just plays harder and wants it more will win in this type of game.
Pal Miller, the head coach of the Shelby County Rockets. Glycod Sports pregame continues in just a moment. Tonight's Keys to the Game are presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts availability and unmatched service. Keys to the Game, Coach, let's start with Shelby County. What are you thinking tonight for Shelby County?
Well, with Shelby County, they have to stop Gooden.
Yeah.
They just have to keep Gooden off the field, as we say. And when I say off the field, not him scoring touchdowns, but keep him off the field, three and outs.
Right.
That nature right there. Next they have to do, they have to find some offense under the new system of Coach Powell. It's been a difficult 3-year period. Been a difficult 3-year period. They haven't won a game in a couple of years, and so under the new system, they're going to have to find some offense and under the new system and get some continuity. And then, of course, as always, limit their turnovers.
Right.
You can't turn the ball over against this Collins team. Turn the ball over. It's doomsday. Doomsday
for the Titans tonight. Their keys are pretty much cut and dry. I think if they do what they do, right?
They let Gooden cook, as they say. They let Gooden do his thing. Let Gooden throw the ball. You just let him run the ball. let him carry the offense. As he goes, they go. Defense, get some 3 and outs.
Right.
As well as easy as said, and they have a strong defense. They have a nice defense, 3 and outs, and then of course win the kicking game. Field position. Put the Shelby County team in a deficit, and the punt situation. Switch the field. Keep the ball down in their end. If Gooden doesn't score, they can kick field goals. They have it's very very elementary task. But sometimes. Because it sounds elementary doesn't mean it is elementary.
Yeah, Gage Miller, the kicker for the Titans, he has been on fire here in the first 2 games of the season. That's our Keys to the Game, brought to you by Martin's Peterbilt. This broadcast is authorized by Martha Lane Collins High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation of all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thanks for watching. We'll come back and listen to Jerry Lucas, the head coach of the Titans, and see what he had to say about this matchup tonight. That's next here on Glycod Sports.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900, or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front, 24/7. Our gift to the town, it's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive, we are leaders in customer care.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Semin & Realtors, always one step ahead. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by German American Bank, building our community since 1910. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. And by the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm.
Crosstown rivalry in Shelbyville. It's Collins taking on Shelby County tonight on Glycod coverage of Kentucky high school football. My name is Jim Tyree, and joining me now is head coach Jerry Lucas of the Titans. Coach Lucas, your team handled Spencer County last Friday and the wing T offense. I thought you were well prepared.
I don't know that you can ever stop them, but to slow them down, and I did. I was really pleased, and our coaching staff was really pleased with how we handled them up front and in our assignment football. You're right. They're a hard team to contain.
92 points in your first 2 games games. Are you happy with where your offense is?
Well, I got to be honest. I am thrilled to death about the way we're playing defensively. I still think that we're struggling on offense. We're sputtering a little bit. Our explosiveness has been really good, and we're making big plays, but we just want to get a lot more consistent on the offensive side of the ball, and I don't feel like we're there yet. But on the flip side of that, you're right. You know, we've had 49 and 42, so I guess that's a good problem.
You've been controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, even though you made some changes in fall camp.
Offensively, we've got 5 kids on the offensive line back from last year. One of them we've moved to defense and moved another kid in because our freshman, Leonardo Lavario, has just been a really good football player for us. And rarely do you have a freshman in high school that you can say that about on the offensive line, but he's just been phenomenal. So that allowed us to move Nate Bruce over to the other side of the ball. But defensive line, you know, we picked some linebackers from last year and moved them down to the D-line to give us more speed. But we knew in turn that would put us at a little bit of a disadvantage size-wise with people. But you're right. Coach Jones and the defensive staff has done a fantastic job of moving our kids around and getting us into different looks. And to date, we've done a terrific job of controlling the line of scrimmage on the defensive side of the ball.
Completely different offense you'll see tonight from Shelby County. What do you expect?
Shelby's definitely running more of a spread-style offense, but we've been lucky enough to have faced that a couple of times. And in our scrimmages, we played Simon Kenton, and then we also played Lafayette in the first game. And very similar in what their styles of what they're trying to do. And with us being a spread also, I think it helps. And I think one of the things that helps our defense is the fact that we're able to start 22 kids this year, and our ones get to go against each other every day in practice. And I think that only makes us better. It's one of those games that I don't feel like that either team is going to have to get their kids up for. It's going to be exciting. Everybody in the town normally shows up, so it's a great atmosphere for high school football.
And finally, Coach, what kind of looks is Cade Gooden, your quarterback, getting at the collegiate level?
Cade's one of those kids, he's going to get recruited. He's already got offers from Marshall, Bowling Green, Southern Miss, EKU. So, you know, he has some offers right now, and I really believe that he's going to get some more also. He's 6'3", 195 pounds going into his junior year, so as long as he continues to develop physically, he's a 4.3 GPA, very smart kid. He's going to have some opportunities at the next level for sure.
Jerry Lucas, head coach of the Collins Titans. Kickoff is moments away. Stay with us on Glycod Sports.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics, and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Crestwood State Farm agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. LaGrange Service Center, providing quality car care for more than 60 years. And by Clementine's Car Wash, LaGrange's 24/7 touchless car wash.
The entire town of Shelbyville right here at Collins High for this matchup tonight. Collins hosting Shelby County in Kentucky high school football. My name is Jim Tyree, and with me is Coach Joey Hamilton as we bring you the pregame of this one, talking a little bit about both teams. And let's hit the game plans. Tonight's game plans brought to you by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, the right decision for your home. Coach Joey, let's start with Shelby County. The game plan pretty much has to be flawless for them to be able to kind of go at Collins and how well they've been playing in the first two.
Well, Coach Powell Miller, he knows exactly what Coach Lucas is going to be doing, but his game plan is to stop that. It's almost like he's in practice, going against what he's seen every day for the last year or so. He knows exactly what they're going to do, but the thing is to stop it. On offense, he's going to go at his spread offense, which is a little different for Coach Lucas. But, right now he just has such a young team. It's just going to wait and see. It's a wait and see thing there. For Coach Lucas, they just do what they do, Just give it to Cade.
I like what you said earlier, let him cook.
Let him cook, yeah. You let Cade, run it. You let Cade pass it. You let Cade find his guys. You let Cade do those things, and defensively, as Coach Lucas said, they went against the spread earlier against Lafayette. They were successful in that game, and so they've got a little bit. They went against it a little bit. They also in the scrimmage that they played in, so they've seen a little bit of it, and so this is just a good practice for them to go against that spread again for any other teams that go on it, that play that down the road for them.
These players in this game tonight, most of them grew up together. The crosstown rivalries, that's what it's all about in Kentucky high school football. We'll take our final break of the pregame, get back, get you set up for the kickoff. It's Collins and Shelby County next here on Glycod Sports.
We're here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School football. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College, college for your world. Manowar Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. IBEW Local 369, power up your potential. New Vista, we see the good ahead. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, where you'll find top quality products for your home. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. Suntime Pools and Spas, good people to know if you have a pool. And by Fast Signs. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School football.
Almost ready for kickoff. Coin toss was thrown in the air, and Collins won the toss, elected to receive, so they'll take the football first. Last week, Coach, they also elected to receive against Spencer County, ended up winning that game 42-14, so it's been a good decision for Jerry Lucas so far this season.
That's Jerry Lucas. That's been his call the last 14, 15. He's been here 16 years. That's been his call since he's been here. He gets the opportunity. He always takes the ball first. He always wants to get points on the board first. He wants to be a front runner. He wants to get on top of you and then make you create decisions like that. So that's been Coach's MO. That's what he's done. This series, it's for the last 5. Collins has won. Shelby County's won a few here. It's 11-7 overall, but Coach Powell trying to get this rivalry back to where it was when Collins first came to, I guess, attrition in 2010, 2011, 2012, and I look to see Shelby County tonight put up the good fight. I put up the good fight, but right now you can look on the sidelines. You see Shelby County side. I see 18 kids on the sideline. I look on Collins' sideline. I see
about 30 to 40.
Yeah, 40, 45 kids on the sideline. So, right now, Coach Miller's not where he wants to be. He doesn't have everybody in the town here, but they got about 90% of them here. And I think once this rivalry gets back to where it was, you'll see 100% of the town here tonight. But
well, they are standing along the fence over there. People with chairs lined up all the way across all of Shelbyville out here tonight. Last week, Shelby County took a tough one on the chin. They played Oldham County across town at Shelby County High School, lost 43-0. But there's some good that comes from losing a game earlier this season, and I'll talk about that coming up here in just a few minutes. We've got the opening kickoff. Noah Hardesty, a sophomore, 6'1", 160, about to put foot to ball, and we're underway. And it's a low-line drive, and it's going to be taken at the 13-yard line by one of the upbacks, and I believe that's Delaney. Delaney caught 2 touchdown passes last week, and he is able to get up across the 40, maybe to the 44. We'll see where the ball goes down. They'll say the 43, 30-yard return for the wide receiver Delaney.
Avion Delaney he's a threat. He's a junior. As you said, he caught 6 passes last week, had 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. That is one of the weapons that Mr. Gooden will be looking for here tonight.
Back deep with him was Davy Dale. His name is a Davion, but they all call him Davy. We were told that last week up here in the press box. It is 1st and 10 for Collins, wearing the black uniforms, black helmets, the light blue stripes and accents. Shelby County in the white with the white pants, navy blue numbers and helmets. Gooden in the shotgun. He operates almost exclusively out of the shotgun. He's going to set up and throw. Flag down the field. Got a man caught by Hulsman, who had a touchdown catch last week. But this is going to come back. I think that was a hold. They were holding on the right side of the defensive line, the left side of the offensive line.
Caleb Askew, the running back right there, just comes out, and as you see, he tries to hook the defensive end. He just throws his arms around him, gives Cade Gooden a little more time as Cade throws the pass, but referee right on top of it, the official, and it's going to be holding, 1st down and 20 now, I believe.
Now, Jerry Lucas told me, he said, regarding our offense, I just don't feel like we're there yet. And what's shocked me is they've had a really good offense the last 2 weeks, 91 points on the scoreboard. But he said, we're just not there, and I think that's what he's talking about.
He's talking about that, and they're just not clicking. I've watched them when they click. He's always put up points. But when they're clicking, when that offense is clicking, I'll let you call it right here.
1st and 20 after the hold. And the snap coming back, short throw, inside throw. It's going to make it to Jason Hintz. And Hintz is going to get the penalty yards back and a couple as he'll scoot out to the 45. That'll be a 12-yard catch.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's when the offense is really clicking right there, when he hits Hintz, gets more than half of that back, and they're just rolling. I mean, play after play after play. But right now, it just doesn't seem like they're just clicking like that right now.
2nd down and 8, and Gooden is going to roll away from pressure, get out to the left, set, throw underneath, Hulsman, catch, 1st down, 40, down the sideline, may not be caught, cuts back to the inside, and then gets brought down from behind. Catching up to him was Lioneer Ragumba, and Ragumba brings him down with some help too, but a big gainer as they get inside the 10-yard line down to the 7.
Avion Delaney, number 17 right there. That's our guy. catches another pass, big first down right there, and first and goal for Collins.
That's a 51-yard gain. And now Collins knocking on the door, and Gooden, who already has a bunch of touchdown pass completions, 8 yards. Now we have a whistle as this play tried to get underway.
So get offsides.
Somebody moving up there.
That's going to be offsides on the defense right there. Just lined up a little bit past the ball. You got to look down the line of scrimmage and make sure you're not past the ball. That's just a mental error. You know, Coach Powell Miller is going to have to talk about come Monday after they watch the film.
That's half the distance, so near the 3-yard line. First and goal. Gooden waits. Looking. Did get the defense to come offside again. They're trying to anticipate, Coach, but I think Gooden's too good at that cadence.
That's, you know, from last year to this year, that's one of the things that he's really improved on. Last year, he did it a little bit last year, but you could tell that this year he seems to be on top of his game. His first couple of games, you can tell that he actually feels like a veteran this year. You know, last year he felt very young. This year he feels like he's in total control of the offense.
From the 2 now. First and goal. Snap, quick throw into the corner, jump, catch. That's Jason Hintz, and that's a touchdown. And Collins is on the board first. Can't do it much more routine than that, Coach. 2-yard touchdown catch for Hintz. That is the 9th touchdown throw of the year for Gooden. And for Hintz, that is his 4th touchdown catch of the year. That ties him with Delaney for most on the team.
That was a pretty simple pitch and catch right there. It's like 7-on-7. That's where you see the experience of Collins and the inexperience of Shelby County.
And Gage Miller, the kicker I mentioned, the senior, 5'11", 190. He's a good one. And he boots it through for the extra point. And the Titans are on the board, 7-0 with 10:10 to go, first quarter. We'll see what Shelby County can do on their first touch coming up in just a moment. This is Glycod Sports.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
The big play was a 51-yard catch by Logan Hulsman on a pass from Cade Gooden, and then Gooden finishes the drive off with a 2-yard touchdown pass to Jason Hintz. And the Titans are on the board first, 7-0 after Miller's extra point, 10:10 to go. And now teeing up the football, Miller, to try and boot this one away. Coach, he missed a touchback on the first kickoff against Spencer County last week. Then after that, he was dialed in. He got the end zone almost every time.
Well, he's been perfect on the extra points all year, so he's 14 for 14. Let's see if he can get this next. Oh, little game plan there right there, and they get it. They get it, onside kick.
Little sky kick over toward the sideline, and I believe they did receive. Yes, they did. Hulsman, again, speeding down there and getting under the football. One bounce, had it down, and it's a turnover on the sky kick on the kickoff.
It looks like, is that 17 or is that Hulsman? That is Hulsman, isn't it?
Oh, it was Delaney. You're right.
Yeah, it was Delaney.
It was 17. Delaney. You're right.
And Delaney, and I don't mean to correct you, but I think Delaney was the guy
on the catch.
On the catch.
Yep,
you were right. Early they went to number 19 there. They had, or I'm not sure number 19, but they went on the long pass.
I had Hulsman and Delaney's numbers transposed. So, yeah, you're right. Hulsman 13, Delaney 17. So Delaney the one to recover that sky kick, and great field position, the 36-yard line for Collins, 1st and 10.
He's everywhere right now.
Gooden right back out there to captain the offense. He'll hand it off, and here's the reverse back to the quarterback. A little fancy stuff. Pass down the field. Man open. Not able to stay in bound is Hulsman. And that was Hulsman over there on the sideline. The Logan Hulsman, the senior, couldn't keep his feet in and still catch the ball.
Well, Hillsman's been targeted twice. He got the first pass, which was a holding, which was a long pass which completed. And then they did a little flea flicker right there, a little trickeration right there, a little sweep right, reverse left, throw it back to the quarterback. Flea flicker, as we call it in the football terms. And quarterback just threw him off the field there a little bit.
Askew comes off, so it'll be an empty backfield here. 2nd and 10, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. No tight end, of course. They didn't use a tight end very much at all last week. Gooden rolling a little bit to his right, sets, throws another long one. Man open, it's Delaney, and he caught it at the 5, and it'll be a catch. Delaney right now is on fire himself.
Oh, wow.
That one will go down the field to the 4-yard line, a gain of 32.
That's just that's a curl route right there. You know, the two inside guys go inside, take the defensive players toward the goalpost. Delaney just does a curl route down the sideline, wide open, nice throw, nice catch. Delaney, as you say, is on fire, in fuego right now.
6'1", 175, or pardon me, 5'6", 150. Wide receiver making his second catch of the game, second official catch. Fake, handoff, throw inside, trying to make his way into the end zone is Hentz, and he will. Or do they mark him down shy? Nope, touchdown. There are the arms in the air. And it's Hentz that's going to get the touchdown.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns right there. Next 3-yard, we'll call it 4. They have fallen the 4, so 4-yard touchdown there for Hentz. Hentz has 2 touchdowns now. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. 2 catches right there for number 17, Avion Delaney, and he's got the onside kick, so he's on fire. Now Huseman, he's just waiting on his turn.
Well, Delaney's probably thinking, hey, you've let this guy catch me and now pass me for the lead in receiving touchdowns. That's his 5th of the year. And I believe somebody was offsides.
It's going to be offsides on the defense right there.
They may let it stand. I don't know. Do they call it dead?
Well, you're not allowed to let it stand. That was a big play last year in the playoffs with Mail and Frederick Douglass, or maybe 2 years ago. But it was a huge play just like that, where Mail does kick it. Extra point is good, but they said it's a flag, so they had to bring it back.
Right.
And then coach decides to go for 2, and they didn't get it. And Frederick Douglass moves on in the playoffs. I think that was a quarterfinal or semifinal game. So, and that's one of those rules that, besides me, but it's, it's high school, So the high school rule is you got to do it. In college and pros, I think you can go ahead and take it.
Yeah. Miller's going to line it back up. This thing is like maybe a few inches more than a yard away from the end zone, but they're going to let Miller kick it. 9:23, took him less than a minute after the sky kick recovery. Oh, that one's blocked, and it's not going to be good. And I believe that is the first one of the year. Yes, 13 of 13, make it 14 of 14 before that kick, and he gets that one blocked. It's no good. It'll stay 13-0, the first miss of the year for Gage Miller.
Yeah, number 8, Ian Alou. I think it's Ian Alou, number 8, and he just gets right there and gets a hand on it right there and blocks the first kick of the year for Mr. Miller there. But
hard to argue with the start, though.
Yeah,
moving up that yard, does it throw the kicker off there?
It does. I thought, looking at that, I thought the holder was a little short on that.
Yep.
Moving up, he wasn't his traditional 7 yards on that. He would look like he was maybe 5.5 yards, and that can be the difference right there, 1.5 yard difference. And as you can see right there, it made the difference where Alou comes in and blocks the extra point. 13-0 Titans here with 9:23 in the first, but, will Shelby County be aware this time? Will the front line be alert in case there's a pooch kick?
Well, we've got different guys on the up-back spots on the outside for this kick. Miller's going to approach the football. Let's see if he goes deep this time.
Yeah, I see an 80. I see a 4. I see some wide receiver and
running
back
teams
numbers
up there. And this one will go deep. In the air. Looks like it's going to go right over the head of the deep man, Tristan Barrow.
5 yards deep there.
Into the end zone.
Excellent kick again. Right back to the touchback. And that's a weapon. You have a young man like that in your kicking game. That is a weapon. Especially, this team plans to be a team that's looking to go deep in the playoffs. And you get your second, third, possibly fourth round. You have a guy kicking it to the end zone every time.
Right.
Without a return. You're playing against the teams they play against in 5A. That is an absolute weapon right there.
Quarterback for Shelby County is Briley Staples. He's a sophomore, little guy, 5'8", 135, but very adept. And he'll give the handoff to Barrow. Barrow will make his way to the left side, may get a couple here on first down. Looks like they're going to scoot him out to the 23, possibly even a couple inches past that. So Barrow on the carry is going to get it to the 24-yard line. Nope, check that. They marked it back to the 23. 3-yard pickup. And it's 13-0 before Shelby County ever touches the football on offense based on the sky kick that they were able to recover.
Yeah, there's not much there for the offense on that play right there. It's a strong defensive line play right there by Shelby County. By Collins.
Coming into the game, Barrow, second leading rusher with 108 yards rushing. Here's another handoff, and let's see, I believe that's Barrow again. May not have been Barrow that time. Was it Robbie Moore or Eric Taylor? It was Taylor. Eric Taylor is the leading rusher. 25 carries coming into this game, 116 yards. He only picks up one there, and it's 3rd and 6.
Tough situation here for I'm getting all my Oldhams and Shelbys, and yeah, go up and down the county here, and they're all aligned. Tough situation here for Shelby County right here, 3rd and long here, and they need to get a first down here to try to just hold on to the ball just a little longer.
Staples is in the shotgun with a back on both hips, and he's going to hand off and just able to squeeze out to the 26. I believe it's Taylor again.
And Jaden Martin right there, number 0, a nice tackle right there, nice open field tackle. Going to make it 4th and 4, and I believe that Coach Kyle Miller is going to definitely punt this one away. Doesn't want to give Collins opportunity here. So
Aiden Taylor is going to come out to punt. Saw him warming up. He's got a nice leg on him. Taylor, a freshman, 5'6", 143.
And there's our guy, number 17, Avion Delaney back there deep.
Low snap, but taken by Taylor and punted away, and the ball and Delaney touched the turf, so it's dead right there at the 45-yard line. No return. Not a bad little punt there from a freshman in Taylor.
Very nice punt right there, but Delaney had the whole sideline. He had a blocker in front of him. He had Josh Cochran, had the whole sideline, and if he doesn't slip and fall to one knee, I think he may have taken that to the house.
Actually mark him down at the 46. So the punt is going to be a 28-yarder.
But they are on the other side of the 50, which is a positive for Shelby County.
Absolutely. Starting in their own territory for this first down at 10 play. 7:07 to go in the first. Already 13-0 Collins. Ball snapped back. No backs in the backfield. Throw, middle of the field. Coming back to it, making the catch is McIntyre. Jackson McIntyre, a junior, 5'8", 155. And McIntyre made a nice adjustment, Coach, to come back and catch that one, but had to go down right where he caught it at the 45, 9-yard gain.
Well, a nice throw and catch right there. Just goes straight down about 8 yards. Quarterback throws him on the outside shoulder and makes a nice diving grab for 9 yards there.
You can see the tools that Gooden has to work with, and then there's another offside. The clap and the cadence of Gooden drawing those defensive linemen across, and that'll be a free first down.
And it's Peyton Holt right there, sophomore. And when I call it the defensive players for Shelby County, I'll be yelling sophomore, freshman, sophomore.
Yes.
Yeah, and Peyton Holt, he looks like a player right there, but yet he's a sophomore. Another year, and he'll be making big time plays right there.
They have 7 seniors listed on their roster. Throw in the middle of the field. Hit as it.
Nice hit right there. Nice
gets
stop.
to the receiver. That was Hulsman, the intended receiver, but he is hit hard by Eric Taylor. The sophomore jarred the ball loose, and it's an incomplete pass. Good play by Taylor in the middle of the secondary.
Big time play right there. Trying to catch Hulsman over the middle. Cade Gooden throws it in there where no one else can get to it, but Taylor just breaks up the play with a nice hit. Going to be 2nd and 10 right here for the Collins Titans.
You got to build on confidence, and those types of plays will give you some confidence on the defense. Now just have to guard against the big play. 2nd and 10. Here's Gooden back in the shotgun with nobody with him. puts Delaney in motion, and a flag. Was it delay of game or was it movement?
And
False start against Collins.
Yeah, I was going to say I did not see the back official raise his hand, so did not see the delay. But there was a Collins player moving on offense, so move it back. It's an opportunity here for the Shelby County Rockets here. 2nd and 15. Excellent opportunity for the defense.
What we saw last week was Collins absolutely owning the line of scrimmage and not completely dominating Shelby County right off the bat here tonight. Gooden on 2nd and 15. Throws, short pass, caught by Delaney. He'll get tackled before the first down marker. So he's brought down at about the 30-yard line, so they get the penalty yards and about 5 more. It'll be 3rd and 5, and this is huge if you're the Shelby County defense.
Shelby County defense needs to come up big here, needs to get Cade Gooden off the field. Nice bubble screen right there. They kind of let the defenders go through. You can see Peyton Holt and a couple other defenders shoot through there as the offensive line let them through. They need to throw it right underneath, and Delaney gets most of it back, but like I said, huge 3rd down play here for Shelby County.
See if they go deep here. Is the secondary cheating in a little bit here for Shelby County?
Zero coverage, man.
3rd and 5. Fake the handoff. Quick throw down the sideline. Trying to hit Hintz, and they do. 3rd touchdown of the game.
That was a big-time play right there by your quarterback. Zero coverage, blitz coming. Defender hits Cade Gooden right in the mouth, but he throws a perfect ball to number 1, Jason Hintz. Hintz just runs down the sideline. That was a nice play, 35-yard touchdown. Great throw, great catch. Plays like that, there are no words for it, but beautiful.
30 yards on that touchdown pass, and it's a 3rd time in this game already with 5:28 to go in the first that Hintz and Gooden have hooked up. Hintz is running away with a receiving touchdown lead right now. Miller's extra point this time. He'll boot it through. We have a whistle, though. Did we have another penalty? I believe we did. We did.
And you could see that time, even though it's offsides on the defense, the holder was back a true 7 yards right there. So it was just a split second because you did see a defender get in there, but he still got the kickoff and right through the uprights.
And here, Jerry Lucas is going to take the kicking unit off. He'll go for 2 since they're going to be so close and try to make up for the one that Miller missed.
It only makes sense right there. You're 1 yard away, and with what they've got in offense, I think they can get 1 yard. They don't have a negative play yet.
Gooden claps his hands. Nobody moves.
He's probably going to go one-on-one out here with Hintz. That's what they've done earlier. And
they're going to let him run it in. Quarterback, back inside, gets the 2-point conversion. So Gooden completes that one himself. He'll make up for the blocked extra point on the last touchdown. And now it's 21-0 with 5:28 to go in the first.
You can see the difference on the offensive line right there and defensive line where Gooden and his offensive line, like you said, they haven't really totally dominated, but they were in control on that, and no one touched him until he got across the line there. So easy pickings, nice little quarterback sweep left there. Gooden in for the 2-point conversion. We're up 21-0, and you can see the experience already. You just see the experience between the two teams, and right now, Coach Lucas and Gooden, they're just kind of picking and choosing what they want to do.
5:28 to go in the first. Gooden and Hintz, 3 touchdown hookups. Hintz now has 6 on the year, while Gooden has 11 touchdown tosses.
And he's had a tremendous year so far. His career, he's passed for over 4,700 yards. So you're probably going to see him pass for about 7,000 yards by the time he's done.
When he gets to be a senior, I would say the biggest thing he needs to work on, Coach, arm strength, would you say?
Arm strength and accuracy. And right now he's accurate, but, as you get a little older and you're playing against a little better competition, you're going to have guys in your face.
This one might be returnable. No, hits the bottom of the L, and Collins in the end zone. The way Barrow was looking at it, I thought that he might have a shot at that one, but it went over his head, and it'll be a touchback.
I thought it was going to be one of those things where I might as well keep on talking, because as many as he's kicked in the end zone, I knew he's going to kick that one again in the end zone. I mean, it's almost automatic right there.
So the story has been Gooden, of course. 3 touchdown passes, all 3 to Jason Hintz. Shelby County, they were not able to get the football until it was already 13-0 because of a sky kick recovered by Collins.
And on those, I think Coach Powell Miller's going to have to talk to his kids about, you can get underneath that and put your hand up and fair catch that. You know, he didn't kick it on the ground. He kicks it in the sky like that. Just throw your hand up, fair catch it, and no one's going to hit you. But I don't think that they probably went over that. But I'm sure he will next week.
Staples ready for the snap, gets it, gives it to Barrow. Trying to pick and choose, but he gets stood up. He actually is going to lose a couple of yards back to the 18. Good penetration that time. Coming up in run support, Isaac Estrada, the senior.
Nice job right there by the defense. You got your D tackles. They're in the A and B gaps right there, just plugging it up, and your linebacker, Estrada, just comes on through and just makes a nice defensive play. The senior, he's been around for a while, and these guys, they played in a very strong district, so they play against good competition, week in, week out, and there's just they're just ready.
Going to pitch it out. Barrow, a little space now, tries to get the edge. Gets brought down as he got across the 20. And Staples wanting the horse collar penalty, but it's not thrown.
Number 10 right there, Cochran looked like a horse collar right there. And you saw Jaden Martin on the blitz. Number 0 comes in on an outside blitz, and it was an excellent call right there. As he comes in, they just pitch it right around him.
They give him the 21, 3-yard pickup, so it'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, just excellent call right there. But the defensive speed of the Collins Titans right there, Cochran just comes out and turns a 8-yard gain into a 2-yard gain.
We mentioned Estrada a moment ago, the senior you talked about, leading the team in tackles when the night started with 22 through 2 games. Staples looks over to see if there's a play change. There is not. Got a back with him. Looks like Barrow in the backfield with him. Low snap, penalty flag. Offside, I believe, against Collins. First mistake of the defense tonight.
Yeah, had a corner blitz coming by number 4 right there, Avion Dale. And I'm not sure if it was Dale that was offsides or it was the linebacker that he was coming in behind. But he's coming off the corner right there. And just got to watch the ball. That's one of those things, I know back in my day, on Mondays, however many penalties we had, that's how many extra 40s we're running on Monday. So
that's no good.
Yeah, you have offsides right there. You go, that's an extra 40 on Monday. So
5-yard penalty gets it to the 26. So the playbook opens up a little bit here for Logan Powell Miller, pardon me, and the Shelby County Rockets. 3rd and 4 instead of 3rd and 9 sounds a whole lot better. And now a timeout. No, another penalty flag. Let's see who this is against. Maybe a substitution or something along those lines. They're going to mark it against Shelby County. So all the way back to the 21. They lose the 5, and you're stuck right where you were for 3rd and 9.
Substitution pattern right there. So then you
timeout call.
I don't understand how they called that when if there's a penalty, you should be able to. And you could see Coach Powell Miller out there talking to the official. I'm kind of with him. If that's his gripe or his dispute, I don't see how they could call that after there's just a penalty.
Timeout on the field. 3:17 to go in the first. 21-0 Collins. We'll be back in just a moment.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms.
.317 to go in the first, 21-0. Collins with the lead over Shelby County. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Rockets. It was going to be 3rd and 9. Then an offside call against Collins made it 3rd and 4. And some type of substitution penalty against Shelby County put it right back to the 21, and it's 3rd and 9.
And he's still talking to him. Coach Powell Miller
in their ear, yeah.
He's still letting them know that you cannot call that, and I don't see it either. But
here's the snap penalty, and this
offsides
again is offsides against Shelby County, Collins, pardon me. Yeah. And that'll give them the 5 back. So back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the DB or the tackle or the defensive end lining up. You've got to look down. Well, let's see who's getting subbed out here. I hate to say it that way, but a lot of times the guy that's getting subbed out is the guy that's been offside. So
Senior on the defensive line, Jordy Cerna, coming out of the game. We don't know if it was him, but they'll switch some personnel.
He came over his hands up to coach. So
snap.
Draw,
and
fumble,
the
fumble.
The exchange, the running back coming through he wasn't even looking for it. Eric Taylor, and it goes off his arm and down to the turf, and it's recovered by Collins.
Yeah, that's looked like a little sprint draw. Tried to show pass action there and try to hand off to the back, and looks like the back took off too quick there, and the quarterback had no one to give it to. He put it right on his hip, and a fumble, another turnover, and that's one of the keys we talked about. In a situation like this, you don't want to have turnovers. You're already down 21-0, and
had 2 turnovers.
Yeah, no, turnovers are what kill you right there. Opportunities for Shelby County to hold on to the ball, maybe punt it, change the field position, but turnover deep in your own territory like that, just a killer, a killer.
Call it the hometown showdown here, and Gooden coming out with a 21-0 lead after the fumble recovered at the 29-yard line. They'll pitch it out to Dale. He'll hit the right edge. Nobody around him, and he's going to waltz down inside the 5-yard line. A gain of about 25, maybe 26 as they get him down at the 4 and push him out of bounds.
Toss sweep right there, just toss pitch. In that pistol, he just pitches it to Dale, and Dale just takes off around the corner, doesn't get touched until he's inside the 10, and then they push him out of bounds inside the 5.
Dale, 57 yards coming into the game, rushing on 3 attempts. He's already eclipsed that average with 1 run here. And now it's 1st and goal from inside the 5. Gooden, corner of the end zone. On the curl that time, it's McIntyre, but it was on him before he could see it.
Yeah, that's one of those plays. That is a Coach Lucas special right there. if you want to call it, quarterback throws the ball, and the receiver hasn't looked yet, but it's a timing thing, and you can see they practice that, over and over and over. And when you said coach felt like they weren't clicking at plays like that, showed they're not clicking about. Because in the past, that's an automatic 6. Those guys come out, they sprint out of that break, and it hits them right on the numbers.
Jaden Martin in the backfield. And Gooden's going to hand off to Dale, and Dale a spin move. Then he gets stood up at the 2 and driven back. Who was that came in there at the very last moment? I believe that's
number 19 right there, making a nice
Taylor.
Play. Eric Taylor. Just as he spins around, Taylor makes a nice hit right there, along with a host of other Shelby County Rockets, and that's a good play. He's only 3rd and short here. This would be a nice opportunity if Shelby County could hold here.
Also in on that tackle was Justin Brown, the junior linebacker. 3rd and goal from the 2. Gooden. Handoff, Dale. He'll try to get the edge right side and get spun out of bounds inside the 1-yard line. And it's going to bring up 4th and goal from the 1. And this is going to be one of those classic helmet on helmet, smash him in the mouth type of plays coming up here. 4th down and 1 from the 1-yard line.
Well, that play started out really well for Shelby County because Peyton Holt shoots through there and almost gets the tackle for a loss there. And then number 1, Clay Seaton just holds on for dear life and pushes him out of bounds. So it's going to be 4th and 1. Like you said, excellent opportunity here for Shelby County if they can hold here.
Dale in the backfield again, this time pitch right. Oh, he stops. Then he cuts back inside.
Boom.
And he gets hammered at the 3-yard line. Coming in there to make that hit was Clay Seaton, number 1, the junior.
Clay Seaton, Robbie Moore, and a host of other Shelby County Rockets. A big 4th down play, and that's something you can build on. That's something that Coach Powell Miller can look at when they're watching the film and say, look, guys, we've stopped a high-powered offense, 1st and goal at the 5. Now it's our ball. That's something to go on to next week, because next week I think they have some excellent opportunities next week. They play a Lafayette team where I think they really have a chance to win next week.
So Staples back out after his team stops Collins for the first time tonight. Collins had scored on every drive up to that point, but 4th and 1, they drive Dale back at the 5-yard line and take over there. Staples pitching out, pitched it over the head of his running back, recovered in the end zone. Touchdown, Collins.
No, I thought, well, it depends on how he pitched it. If he pitched it laterally, I guess it's a fumble, but I thought when you pitch that forward, it's a pass, but I guess the referee said it was a lateral instead of three officials are talking about. They come together because I thought anytime a guy's running in front of you or on the side and you pitch that's considered a pass, so they could call it an incomplete pass.
And they have changed their decision.
Yeah,
it is an incomplete pass. The touchdown will be taken off, and it's an incomplete pass, so they reversed that. The recovery in the end zone was by Javon Hunter, a senior, a defensive back, but Hunter's touchdown will be wiped off the board.
Yeah, and that's a proper call there. That's how they call him now. If you run in front of the quarterback and he pitches it, even though it's a pitch, it's considered a forward pass, and so incomplete pass. It's one of those for Shelby County.
Yeah,
and,
wipe the brow there.
and get another opportunity here.
That was a little bit of an awkward pitch too. It looked like Staples pushed it away from his body.
Two hand push pass or chest pass in basketball terms, but fortunate for them, they call it incomplete pass, and they get to live another day here.
2nd and 10, back at the 5-yard line. Staples. The back with him is Barrow, and now we've got a whistle, and it may be offsides against Collins, and it is. Back, give him a free 5, and that is the Titans, that is.
That's what Coach Lucas talks about. They're not focused. They're you can't have those. That's just looking down the line of scrimmage, seeing the ball, and making sure you're not past the line of scrimmage. That's an easy mental mistake.
They'll back the corners off a little bit now. 2nd and 5 from the 10. Little breathing room. Barrow hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Isaac Estrada involved in that one. There were a gang of black jerseys that were getting back there quickly. Also back there, Nate Bruce, the senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, they came on with the 2-gap blitz right there and just plugged up every hole and didn't give the running back any place to run.
Barrow loses 5 on that one, so take the penalty back. And it's 3rd and 10 now from the 5-yard line.
There's just no opportunity right there for Shelby County right there. We need to bring everyone, close every gap.
Under a minute to go in the first quarter. The quarter is taken forever because of a lot of penalties. Staples, low snap and a whistle as they stop the play.
Offsides.
And it's offsides again, I believe. This is the opposite side of the field, and it will be offsides Collins. And that is the 5th time they will be called for offsides here tonight. And we're still in the first quarter with 45 seconds to go.
Last play, they bring everyone, close up every gap, make a great defensive play, and now this time they're offsides again. It's just
3rd and 5, snap. Staples gives it to Barrow, and Barrow will get stopped before he gets to the line of scrimmage, but I believe forward motion, they'll give him the 10, and that will bring up 4th down. Actually, no, they did spot that back at the 8-yard line. So he loses 2. It'll be 4th down and 7, and it'll be punting time for young Mr. Adon Taylor, the freshman.
Yeah, and that's number 20 right there. That's Carter James in there, and a nice play right there. The linebacker just coming in and closing up the hole, and just no place to run for Shelby County.
And that'll bring us the end of the first quarter. Titans doing a lot of things well, but they've got to clean up some penalties. 21-0, they lead over Shelby County. We'll move to the second frame when we return here on Glycon Sports.
Innovation is what allowed us to reach for the stars. And now, to reach for the ignition for what feels like forever. Introducing Oil Guard, a Ferris exclusive. This innovative Vanguard oil system lets you go 5 times longer between oil changes. Along with Ferris's patented suspension system, you'll cut faster, mow longer, and reduce maintenance.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Start of the second quarter, 21-0 Collins over Shelby County. It'll be a punting situation as Adon Taylor comes into the game, the freshman punter for the Rockets. He's got his back to his own goal post. 4th down and 7 at the 8-yard line.
He's got about a yard and a half back there.
Wonder if Coach Lucas will bring some heat here.
Probably not. Set up a return there.
And the kick is away. Short. It's going to bounce. Take a Shelby County bounce and be down at the 36-yard line. It'll be a 29-yard punt. So Taylor, 28 and 29 on his punts so far tonight. You can call him consistent at least.
Yes, and it's a good coverage there by Peyton Holt, the sophomore. First one down there to cover the ball. Good coverage there by Shelby County.
36-yard line of Shelby County is where the Titans will start this offensive drive. They've only started one drive in their own territory. That was the opening one. I checked that. 2 drives in their own territory. They had one at the 45-yard line.
And do they come out motivated this series after not scoring last series inside the 5?
Gooden shotgun. The snap comes to him. He's looking down the field. He steps up. He's going to run it. And he's got room. Gets to the 25. The 20 may not be caught. Can he get the corner? He will, and run over somebody into the end zone for a rushing touchdown.
But we're going to bring that back. We got a holding.
Holding back here?
Well, that's where the flag was thrown where there's usually holding. So
Yep.
let's see what the official has to say. But, yeah, it looked like holding back there. And excellent run. He would have tacked on some yardage there to his stats. But got one of the offensive linemen. He kind of just jerked if you see the replay of there, you just got to jerk the defensive player away. Just, it wasn't even, it was just blatant. Like,
I'm not sure if it was on Stone Lowry, but Stone the junior, he 6'2", 250. He was standing back next to the official, like, what did I do?
he just grabbed the defender and just pulled him down.
So that'll back it up to the 46, 10 yards. And it'll be 1st and 20. Second time tonight that Collins has faced a 1st down and 20. They had a hold on their opening play of the game from scrimmage. 1st and 20 for Gooden to go. Snap. He's going to roll left, and he'll throw, medium pass, and incomplete. Bounced in front of the intended receiver over on the far sideline, and that was intended for Jackson McIntyre. McIntyre wasn't too involved last week. He's been very involved this week. That's about his 3rd target.
Yeah, he's trying to spread it out a little bit, but that was great coverage over by Ivan Penix, the number 23, the defensive back. Again, we'll say it again, sophomore, another sophomore out there. So you got tons of sophomores, a few juniors out there, but very young. But this is going to be good experience for these guys.
7 seniors,
and we
4
got
juniors.
Again. Another holding.
Another holding call. Wow, yes. Yeah, that's going to back it up to the 44. And now the Titans are in their own territory. So 1st and 30 coming up for the Titans offense. They keep shooting themselves in the foot with penalties here tonight. That's about their 10th, 11th penalty of the half. Gooden away from trouble, throws, middle of the field, incomplete. Looking for Hulsman at the 50-yard line, and it was just a little bit too far outside of his range.
Yeah, just can't make it there. There's a nice coverage there by Cater Myers, senior. It's a rare call, though, but number 50, Carter Myers, the senior linebacker with good coverage right there.
Yeah, he had help, too. There's another linebacker back there. Missed the number. We'll try to pass that along, but a couple of players in the area, but Hulsman can't bring it in, and it's 2nd and 30. 11:31 to go in the second here. Titans up 21-0. They scored 3 quick touchdowns. Gooden hitting Jason Hentz for 3 touchdowns. Since then, they've been going backwards instead of forwards. Stopped at the goal line on 1. Here's Gooden. Runs up the middle. Room. Gets across back into Shelby County territory at the 45, and diving forward will get the 43. That's going to be a 16-yard maybe run. Make it 15. We'll call it 3rd and 15 coming up.
Very nice quarterback option right there. Rides the fullback to his left and follows his guard who pulls to the right. Follows him for a nice 15-yard gain there. For Most of the time you would say it's third manageable, but for Collins, this is pretty much third and manageable tonight. That's been it for them.
No backs with Gooden this time. 3 left, 2 right. Looking to throw. Pressure. Lost the ball.
Oh!
And is it a fumble? They're going to call it a fumble. It's recovered by Shelby County's Ian Alou. And Alou is able to get down inside the 30-yard line before he's brought down. That one just slipped out of the hand of Gooden.
Yeah, Gooden drops back, just looks to throw it and lose it. And Alou, it hits him in the chest, and I thought he was going to hold on to it. If he holds on to it, no one's going to catch him. But it
had to slow down, yeah.
It slowed down and bounce, it gets it. But that's 2 plays. Alou has got a block kick, and now has a recovered fumble right there. 2 big plays by Alou.
And you have Shelby County, who stopped the Titans inside the 5-yard line on the last drive, and then get the big fumble here by Gooden. You said they had to avoid turnovers. Well, they get the benefit of a turnover here. Can they do anything with it at the 25-yard line? Make it the 26.
Great field position.
Here's the double reverse, and Barrow's got running room. Hits the edge. 15. Makes a move and fumble the ball. Who is able to jump on it? I believe it was a Shelby County Rocket that was able to fall on the football. It was Andrew Clay, the senior, who gets it back. It'll be a first down at the 11 for the Rockets.
Tristan Barr on the sweep right, reverse left, had some room, cut back inside, tries to spin, gets hit, ball bounces, and Clay, was it Andrew Clay?
Clay was the one that jumped on it.
Andrew Clay, the senior, in the right place at the right time, gets on the ball and keeps Shelby County alive here. First and, I think they're first and 10.
First and 10 at the 11. They can get a first down at the 1.
Sure can.
10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Can they get a score on the board here? Got a new quarterback in there, I believe. It's actually Taylor that's going to take the snap. Eric Taylor going to throw mid-area, flag in the backfield. I think it is complete. They are calling it a complete pass. Hands went in the air like it was a complete. No, it's going to be incomplete. Incomplete. Now we have to see where the penalty is going to drop. It's going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer call on Collins. Coach, they cannot have this type of penalty and this many penalties. We're only first half.
There's been, 10 penalties? That's got to be at least 10, right there. 10
I'd say they're
penalties.
up around a dozen right now.
And they're just shooting themselves in the foot right there.
So the pass was incomplete, but they're going to get half the distance to the goal line on the roughing the passer penalty. It's at the 5, first and goal.
What do you say to that? That's just not going to be.
The snap is very slow getting back to Taylor, and what that allows is the Titan defense to really get after the quarterback, as getting there first was Clay England, the senior linebacker, but a lot of black jerseys back there, and he's going to lose a good 7 yards back to the 12-yard line. The snap's just not getting back to the quarterback quickly enough.
It was super slow, but no one touched Clay. No one touched England right there. Clay England, he came right through. No one touched him. He almost beat the ball back there right there, and so he gets back there and gets a lot of pressure on the young quarterback there, number 19, Eric Taylor. But I don't even know, as a coach, I don't even know what to say about those penalties.
We'll let you think about it. We'll take a break, come back, 9:15 to go in the second, 21-0 Collins.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
This broadcast is authorized by Martha Lane Collins High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. It's going to be second and goal, but back at the 12 after a 7-yard loss by the quarterback Taylor, and they bring back in at quarterback Staples. And he gets the snap, trying to get away, going to be sacked. Back at the 20-yard line, and getting there very, very quickly that time to get the sack is going to be Javon Hunter. He almost had a touchdown when he recovered one in the end zone. Penalty wiped it off, so he'll get a sack there. Nice little consolation.
Yeah, they're beating the ball back there. It's almost as if they've got a guy on the outside shoulder of the guard and another guy on the inside shoulder of the center, and he turns out he has to make a decision, and he turns one way, and there's a free gap every time they're bringing one. He's beating the ball back there.
So after getting first and goal at the 5, 2 negative plays, have lost 15 yards. It's 3rd and goal at the 20-yard line. Back in is Taylor at quarterback.
Blitz again.
Trying to get away. Not gonna. Here's a flag down across the way. And able to get close to the line of scrimmage. Taylor, after everything breaks down, let's see what the flag is about.
Yeah, they're just bringing more than they can block. They're playing man coverage, just basically bringing 8 guys if there's 3 receivers. They're bringing 7 guys.
Pinning their ears back.
Yeah,
I think.
and there's just no room for the quarterback to even.
You got to have quick routes if you're going to do that.
Yeah,
right?
and you see that's not quick routes. The routes are going, flag is over, no flag. But
yeah, they've waved it off.
The receivers are running 15 yards downfield, and there's no time for that. Those have got to be 3-step drop, 5-7 yard routes, and it's just no time for it. It's going to be 4th down now.
He did get back to the line of scrimmage, did Taylor, so 4th down and goal from the 20. No gain on that play. 8:05 to go before halftime.
Yeah, Collins looking to pay the favor back here, holding Shelby County as they were held when they had the ball 1st and goal. So
Staples back at the quarterback spot. Can he throw something quickly? 4th down and goal. Got time. Throw.
Knocked down.
Batted down at the line of scrimmage. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. And it was knocked down by Collins' Evan Cosme, the junior defensive lineman. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And
I can see the hesitation in your voice, because when they wear these black uniforms, it's hard to see.
Yeah, the numbers are very
and they have the blue numbers. If they had white numbers with blue lining, you could see it so much better. But I always wonder why a home team wears dark and the visitors wear the light, especially in these early season games when it's really been hot. And I'm like, that doesn't help the home team.
If I get on my soapbox about dark numbers and dark uniforms, we'll be here all night. 7:45 to go. 2nd quarter, 21-0 Titans. Do they get back on the roll? Let's see what they do. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. The only time they've been on their own 20 is when they got the opening kick. And here is Gooden running right side, able to get up across the 25. Coach, Shelby County's defense looks like they're pursuing the football just a little bit better.
Yeah, it seems like they had to go through whatever they went through there that first, I'd say about 8-9 minutes, and then they've just found a way. All of a sudden, number 15, Robbie Moore on the tackle right there, quarterback sweep by Gooden, but it just seems like they've recouped, they've caught their breath. They're like, okay, now we see what's going on. And it just took them a few minutes to get in the game.
An unprecedented number of penalties. And then Gooden, every time he makes a play, gets wiped off by a penalty. Here's another flag. Handoff goes to Askew, and he'll get to the 35. It would have been a 1st down, but the flag may bring this back, and Gooden's staying back, so they're going to say yes. It's against Collins.
Yeah, another hold right there. And in games like this, rivalry games, you get a big lead. You get out there 21-0 against teams like that, and kids, they're kids. These are kids.
Yeah.
And get that big lead real quick, and then all of a sudden your intensity just drops, and your focus drops. And you can see the intensity has dropped and the focus has dropped by the Collins players, with penalty after penalty after penalty.
Well, and the number of times that they're behind the sticks now. They're facing 1st and 30, 1st and 20, now 2nd and 15.
Yeah, and the defense giving up 5 yards on offsides, easy offsides. So you just tell that, they were ready.
Here's another one.
They were ready, but now it's like they've lost intensity, and there's no flow to the game. There's no flow. The kids are kind of.
It's against Collins.
the kids have lost their flow. They're just they're trying to find it. They're trying to find their mojo right now.
During halftime, we will be able to tell you how many penalties. We'll get a statistics report, be able to pass along first half stats to you. We won't have that until halftime, so we'll be able to give you the right number. Make sure you stay with us for the halftime show. Gooden's going to throw on 2nd and 18. Throw, middle of the field, coming across. And making the catch that time, it's Delaney, and he makes a couple of men miss. And he gets a great block, and he's going to make his way down the sideline. And we've got flags again as
they're going to call blocking in the back.
To call a defenseless defender getting hit, a blindside block against Collins, so this will come back.
You'll call that or basically blocked in the back. He kind of didn't have to hit him, and he hits him right in the back, and they're going to, I think they get the first down from there. Personal foul. Yeah,
it's a blindside.
Yeah, blindside. Yeah, he didn't have to hit him. He didn't have to hit him at all, and just kind of hit him in the back, and it's, first of all, it's a clip. Second of all, you didn't have to touch him, and he does, and so they're going to move that back there. So it's going to be, I think it's still not going to be a first down. It's going to make it second.
No, from where the spot of the foul happened at around the 38-yard line, they take it back 15 from there, so it's the 23. And you're right, it's going to be second down and about 6, maybe 7.
But nice run, nice throw, nice catch right there. They caught Shelby County in man coverage, so they caught him in the right coverage there.
I don't know if I've ever seen this many penalties in the first half. We still got 5:57 to go.
Like I said, it turns into a focus thing. It turns into a concentration thing when you go up early like that, and the kids kind of just lose focus.
Gooden rolls to the left, looking downfield, going to throw. Tosses it, not there. Intended for Hulsman at the 38-yard line. He doesn't bring it in. He was double covered over there. One of the guys on him was Robbie Moore.
If Shelby County could find some offense, they could get back in this game. If they got to find some offense. They have no offense. They have no answers right now on offense. The Collins defense, it kind of just owning them right now. But if they could find some offense with the way things are going for them, or the way they're holding this Collins offense, their defense, the way they're doing, they could get back in this game big time.
5:42 to go. Third down and 7. Gooden with nobody in the backfield with him. Erases one defender, now takes off. Going to run. 30, first down. Face plant. Finally taken down from behind by Ian Alou. Alou's had a big game for Shelby County tonight.
Yeah, Alou's been all over the field.
Defensively, yeah.
Been all over the place, but nice job there by Gooden. He drops back, looks, doesn't see anyone open, rolls to the right, gets what he can get, gets upfield, gets a first down, and that's why he's so dangerous. He's such a double threat there,
18-yard run that time and moves the sticks.
Easily, and he had a touchdown run earlier, which was negated by a hold, but that just shows you what kind of threat this young man is.
1st and 10 from the 44, still on their side of the field. Gooden will run up and give a barking signal, and now back up, wait for the shotgun snap. It comes underneath. He'll step up, throw, sideline, too short. The defense got back to him and gave him a little bit of pressure. It was intended over here on the sideline for Javon Hunter.
Yeah, just a nice job by the defense of Shelby County right there.
No, check that. I'm sorry, Coach. It was Jaden Martin who the intended receiver was.
Yeah, number
0 looks like 9 to me.
Yeah, he's kind of like I said, that's one of those things in these night games, and the lights glare off there. You can't tell whether it's a 0 or 9, But anyway, to the point of Shelby County, good defensive pressure right there. Quarterback steps up in the pocket, and he still had to short arm it because someone was close to him there. So Shelby County's defense, like I said, after the first 7-8 minutes there, their defense has come around. They've got to stop inside the 5. They've been holding this offense, this high-powered offense, then put up numbers. But then again, as you alluded to earlier, we talked about Coach Lucas talking about they're just not where he wants to be. And you can see that right here. They're just not as sharp or as crisp as he'd like to be.
I believe this one was called by Shelby County. They have 1 timeout remaining, and the Titans have 2.
Yeah. On this right here,
it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 44.
Do you go with the toss? Do you give it to the running back?
The way they ran Dale underneath the quarterback that time in motion, and the snap was coming back, I thought Dale was going to take a direct snap and hit the edge there.
It looked like that too. It got a number of things, but this time looks like the running back, Avion Dale, is right next to Gooden, so we'll see what they got.
2nd and 10, they will give it to Dale, and he's got room. 50 into the opponent's territory. Stutter step brought down on a tackle from behind by Mason Bennington, a freshman linebacker but not before Dale picks up a first down and gets down deeper into Shelby County territory.
It's a nice job there by Leonard Lavaro right there. His big 72 on his big pulling lineman right there.
Coach, he's the one that Coach Lucas was talking about in the pregame. He's a freshman, and they say he is just fantastic. Leonardo Lavario.
Yeah, and Lavario pulling on that play. If you watch, he just plowed a big hole there for the running back Dale. And there he goes again.
Oh, Gooden pulled it out on the RPO and makes a couple of men miss. He's going to get the left side. Stutter step, 15, 10, knocked out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. Gooden, a good decision that time to pull it out of the belly of Dale as Shelby County had got right to him.
Hey, that's why you do that right there. I'm thinking, as I was looking, I was like, oh, that play's dead. It's 0. And quarterback just pulls it out good, makes the wise decision, pulls it out, takes it himself, sees the defensive end, it taking off and left, and runs for a big gain.
You can see the decision making. It's there with Gooden, isn't it?
It's there this year. Last year, it was
getting there.
Yeah, it was about 45-50%. This year, it looks like it's about 80 to 90%.
He's going to hold it, then give it to Askew. Askew stopped. Nice penetration over there on the right side of the defensive line that time as Robbie Moore was involved. Looked like also getting in there was Michael Richardson, a freshman defensive tackle.
And you can see they're gaining confidence. You can see the Shelby County defense, they're gaining confidence. They're getting a little more pressure. Last play, a lot of pressure, just wise decision by I don't even call the old veteran as a junior, but
that was first and goal, and they lost 2 yards there. So back to the 12. It looks more like the 11. Second and goal from the 11. Gooden, snap, looks to throw. Now going to roll out to the right. Still looking, throws back in the end zone, and it's Delaney.
Delaney, I'm sorry, number 17, Avion Delaney. As he gets back into the books on a touchdown.
If you give Gooden enough time, he'll find an open guy.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing. That's why he's such a threat. Is he going to run it? Is he going to throw it? He drops back. He looks. He rolls to the right. And as a linebacker, you're thinking, am I going to leave my man? Am I going to leave my man, or am I going to come to the quarterback? And as you saw right there, Delaney was wide open because the threat of the quarterback running. And next thing you know, touchdown.
Let's see if Miller can get back on page. And it's going to be up and through and good. 28-0. 3:37 to go in the second. Titans finally extend their lead a little bit. We'll see what happens when we come back. Almost halftime here in Shelbyville on Glycod Sports.
No one college can be all things to all people. But Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Jim Tyree, Joey Hamilton here in Shelbyville tonight. Titans of Collins High School leading Shelby County in this crosstown showdown or throwdown or whatever it is they call it. 28-0 right now the score. Fourth touchdown pass of the night, 12th of the year for Cade Gooden, the outstanding junior quarterback for the Titans. And Delaney, Avion Delaney, gets his first of the night. That'll be his 5th of the season, and they'll be kicking away to Shelby County. Coach, you mentioned sophomores, freshmen, all down the roster for Shelby County. Give these guys a couple of years. If they hang around, this could be a really good football team.
They could keep this group together, get strong, stay together, get physical, gain confidence, and add some pieces to it as they become juniors and seniors, and they can compete for a district title in that fourth region, that fourth district rather. They can compete in 4A football. They can compete for a district title, which is what Coach wants here. And when this rivalry comes back, in a couple of years, I think that you'll see some of the younger kids follow the Shelby County line, and then next thing you know, like I said, instead of 90% of the people here, you have 100% of the people here.
Absolutely, yeah. The last time Collins was beaten by Shelby County was August the 18th of 2023. Shelby County won that game 33-27. They're back on offense here after a Gage Miller touchback.
And that was a historic victory for them because they've lost 4 of the last 5. That was their only win in the last 5 meetings.
1st and 10. Staples back at the quarterback spot.
Offsides.
And another offsides.
Number 5.
Sneaking up there was Adon Taylor, or pardon me, I'm sorry, Noah Wade.
Yeah, Noah Wade right there.
The junior. He's
right
a defensive back wanting to kind of get a little bit of a head start, and they caught him.
Yeah, you can't, this is not college. This is not the professional, pro ranks where if you impede that, you infringe on that area right there, they call the flag right there. You don't have opportunity to get back. So just another mental mistake right there.
Staples dropped the football, now looking, throws, and it's a lame duck throwing it out of bounds, threw it off balance. The fumble kind of threw him off the pattern. They did not call that offsides. They actually called that a false start against Shelby County. They backed them up 5 instead of giving them 5. So it was 1st and 15, and then Staples with the fumble in the backfield. It's going to be 2nd and 15 after the incompletion.
Well, the offensive player did move, but I think the defensive player helped him out there a little bit when he came running. 2 players came running at the big left tackle there. He flinched, So I mean, that's the call on the field.
Staples ready again. Throwing it down the sideline. It's up in the air, and it is incomplete. He was trying to hit Camden McCarty, sophomore wide receiver at 6'1", 188, but right with him the whole way was Noah Wade, the junior.
Yeah, nice size right there by the wideout. Looks good there for a sophomore, but quarterback just never gave him an opportunity. Plus, McCarty never looked back for the ball. The ball was actually it was thrown in a good spot, but like I said, the receiver just never looked back for the ball, and just no opportunity to be had there.
Junior Trey England, defensive ends, checked in for this play. For Collins. Staples, time to throw. Going to throw right down the middle of the field. It is batted in the air, knocked down. Looked like 2 Titans in the same spot trying to make a play on the football. And one of them was Jaden Martin. And I think also back there with a hand on the football,
it looked like
Watson Rhodes.
Yeah, Rhodes. I think Rhodes had the ball right there, and Martin knocked it right out of his hand. And it was just it was that number 5. That's Noah Wade. It's Noah Wade. Noah Wade right there had the ball in his hand, and Martin just knocked it right out of his hand because Wade's back returning the kick this time.
4th and 15, so punt unit comes on for Shelby County.
Delaney getting a break this time on the punt return, and going to go with Wade.
Adon Taylor is back there, but they can't get the play called right, and they're going to have to use their final timeout of the half. 3:20 to play before halftime. We thought that we could possibly have weather that impinged on the first half. That has, at least for the time being, stayed away. It's cloudy in the area, but right now no storm activity. And this first half, because of penalties and because of timeouts, has taken about the length of a full regular high school game somewhere along the line. I'm sure most of our Glycod teams that we watch are probably in the halftime, if not in the second half by now.
Yeah, they're probably in the second half, but some of that smoke is from some of these good burgers they got going on over. If you look over there, they got the pit over there.
There's nothing like a Friday night burger at a high school football game, is there,
Coach? Pork chops and some of that smoke over there. I'm like, I've seen that smoke. That's one of those good food they got.
We're going to let Kevin Maldonado have it, and we're just going to head down and get us some concession stand food. Yeah, he's laughing about that one.
Yeah, that's some of that smoke, but no, it's a little cloudy, but some of that's from the smoke here. So you got number 5 back there, Noah Wade back there this time. He's got his up back, Josh Cochran.
And back deep is Jerry Hardy. Here's the kick by Taylor. And Hardy will let it bounce once, and he's going to go pick it up and get hit immediately. He'll get knocked out of bounds. Making the hit was Ivan Penix, and right at the 44-yard line. Not a bad punt from the 15.
Nice job there by Hardy.
It was picked up at the 45, a 30-yard punt and a 1-yard return.
Yeah, Hardy's in there for Avion Dale. Gave Dale a break there. And nice job there, return the ball, just getting some positive yards. Got 1 or 2 yards there, so.
Might be Jerry or Jerry. Apologies if we got it wrong. 1st and 10 for the Titans. They got plenty of time with 3:10 to go in the second. 4 receivers all to the left, and woo, the cadence of Gooden is going to get
Justin Brown,
Collins
linebacker
pulled
junior,
offside again.
Runs straight across, ball doesn't move, number 21.
We had another one of those
Justin
interior guys that also jumped. Looked like that may have been Richardson that jumped across.
Yeah, 2 of them came right across there. Ball never moved. They just, that's one of those things, like say in practice, you just sit there and wait till the ball snap, especially on defense, just wait till the ball snap.
1st and 5, the rare albatross that is 1st and 5 after the offside call. Gooden snaps, throws it out for Delaney. Catch made, gets the speed going, 30, 20, and then he'll be pulled out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Did the flag get thrown?
Yes, it's number 13, Logan Huseman. Huseman had a nice block right there and didn't have to do any more. Then he kind of pulled him down after. I was like,
you can't do that.
And that play, you just need to stand in the way. Just shield yourself.
Yep.
Because Delaney was already gone. He was
Keep
by
the
him.
hands in.
Yeah, once he's gone, and that was our that was our age-old rule. Once he's past you, throw your hands up. Don't do a dance, do anything. Just stand in the way, do anything. But don't once that back pass you, the receiver pass you, don't do anything.
Here's what it's going to turn into. It basically is a 4-yard penalty because of the spot of the foul.
Correct.
They move it back to the 43. So even more rare, the 1st and 9. Yeah, you never see that one. And Gooden ready for the snap again. He's going to throw, gets pressure, steps up, has to evade. Gets to the 35, 1st down, 30, 25, gets a block, turns it on, touchdown, Gooden.
Wow.
Nice speed.
He just ran right by Leonardo Rambamba, number 4.
Ragamba, yeah.
Ragamba had the angle on him, and I thought Rambamba was going to make the play, and he just showed speed and ran right by him that time. That was nice. That was really nice.
I would think Jerry Lucas may go for 2 here. If he does, it makes it 36.
He is.
And that would be the running clock that you need.
Yeah, he's got the hand up.
He's going to get the hand. Yeah, the 2-point conversion team out there. So it's a 43-yard touchdown run for Gooden.
Nice
run.
That was beautiful.
He now has 5 rushing touchdowns on the year.
He has 33 rushing for his career, so that would make a 38. It'd be 30.
Timeout.
He started out with 33. If that's
I don't think Gooden liked what he saw. He turned around immediately and called the timeout. So going for 2, they have to rethink what they want to do. 2:44 left to go in the second quarter. Titans lead 34-0. Going for 2 here to get to 36 to make it a running clock. You want to take the break here, Kev? Should we go? Yeah, let's take a short break. Come back as they get set for a 2-point conversion. 34-0 Titans on Glycod Sports.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Jim Tyree, Joey Hamilton, cast of thousands here on hand at Collins High School. And the Titans lead 34-0 over Shelby County in the throwdown, crosstown, showdown, something along those lines, Coach. It all rhymes.
I'm trying to find a name for this. I'm sure that they've got one, though, but every other little place has a name for their little crosstown rivalries, and I'm just trying to think.
We used to have so many more of them, but because of consolidation, you've seen a lot of them go by the wayside.
They're just gone. Used to look at. I'll let this play go real quick.
Yeah, get the 2-pointer in here. Here's Gooden pointing out the defense, going for 2. Snap, rolling a little bit right, sets, throws in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. He's able to get it to Logan Hulsman for the 2-point conversion.
And there you go. go. That's a classic Jerry Lucas football right there. Rolls to the right. Receiver goes out into the flat, hits him in the end zone. Defensive back has no chance to get to that. He puts it out there where only his receiver can get it, or it's going to go out of bounds. 2-point conversion. A positive, good. Makes it 36-0 and 2:44 here in the first. And
Coach,
this is where Coach wanted to be at.
You can survive a game like this when you have as many penalties as the Titans have had, but you play somebody like Oldham, which they're going to have to face next week. You play somebody like Scott County, who they have to go to in late September. You play Woodford County in October.
Right.
October.
Yeah, October. Yeah,
You're not going to be able
Oldham.
to have the number of penalties you've had in this game.
No, those district games in that 5A, that district is just, it's a big boy district, you know. And like I said, when you play the South Oldhams, the Woodford counties, the Anderson counties, Scott counties, you can't do that. And so,
Right.
like I said, tonight I think the kids got up early, playing their buddies, lost focus. They're the better team. But when it comes to big boy football, which they'll be playing here down the road, you cannot do that.
Miller, this one will be returned, taken at the 7-yard line by Seaton. And Seaton gets across the 20, up to the 25, and then pushed forward on a gang tackle as he crossed the 25. They're going to whistle it dead at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 25 for Shelby County.
Nice return there. Young man gets it, and it's one that didn't go to the end zone. You know, we'd seen all night that the ball had been, Cage Miller had been kicking him to the end zone, but that time it hit to about the 5-yard line, and a very nice return there by Clay Seaton.
Seaton, one of 5 juniors. Clock is running now with the score 36-0, so Shelby County may only get a couple of plays here before halftime arrives. And they keep Staples in, but Taylor is back there with him, so it'll be interesting to see who takes the snap here.
Little double wildcat action there.
So Taylor goes to the other hip, the right hip of Staples. Staples looks. Now awaits the snap, gets it, hands it to Taylor. Taylor up the middle, got a little bit of room. Then he's held up at the 30-yard line. 5-yard gain.
5-yard gain. They have no timeouts.
I'm sorry, 3, Coach.
And that. Well, yeah, I know what you're saying because I thought that they put the ball at the 25.
Yeah, I thought they did too.
One
but
referee was standing at the 25.
Marked it at the 27.
Yeah, marked it at 27.
They psyched us out.
They got us on that one. But like I said, with no timeouts remaining and a running clock, there's, you're just kind of at the discretion of just
may get 2 in here. We'll see what happens.
See what they're going to do. They're going to put it in the air. They're going to leave it on the ground.
The only first down that Shelby County has got has been by penalty. Staples fakes a couple of throws, sacked at the 21. Nice job. He evaded 1, possibly 2, but finally getting to him was big number 44, Jordy Cerna, the senior, on the defensive end of that defensive line.
Yeah, Cerna just sealed off the whole left side. Quarterback dropped back, looked right, brought the ball back down, tried to look left, and Cerner just came in and made a nice tackle right there. And that's going to end the half.
That's going to do it. No, the time will run out here on the first half. It has taken forever to get this thing in. Titans lead 36-0. A lot of penalties. We'll take a look at the halftime stats. We'll take a look at the ticker. We have a whole lot in store for you on the halftime show, so make sure you stay with us. Cast of Thousands on hand for you here in Shelbyville. It's the Crosstown Throwdown Showdown between the Titans and the Rockets. Back in a moment here on Glycod Sports.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. with health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Man of War Harley-Davidson, your 100% Kentucky-owned and operated Harley-Davidson motorcycle dealership at 2073 Bryant Road in Lexington.
The CMB, Collins Marching Band, on the field, getting ready to start their halftime show, preparing anyway to entertain this hometown crowd as the Collins Titans have whooped up on the Shelby County Rockets 36-0 in one half of play. First thing we're going to do on the halftime show, welcome in, by the way, as we bring you tonight's scoreboard presented by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family. Here are some of the other scores from across the Glycod viewing area. South Oldham and Tates Creek is, believe it or not, almost over. I told you our first half took a long time to get in, and that was because of 19 penalties in the first half. We'll get to the stats in a moment, but Coach, fourth quarter, 2:17 to go. South Oldham, they may be the team that has to be beat in this district.
They may be. Right now, Woodford's always really tough, and I don't know what Scott County's bringing to the table, but South Oldham putting up 41 against a good 6A Tates Creek team with 2 minutes to go in the fourth. They've opened my eyes a little bit.
Danville right now leading on Anderson County. Must be a down year for Anderson at 34-6 at the end of the third quarter. North Oldham and Oldham County. Boy, that has got to be a slobber knocker, and it's proving true with the score at the half, 14-14, those two teams. And there's no love lost between those two schools either.
No love lost. North kind of came in and took over last year. They kind of came over, and the new coach there, and now he's in his second year there, so he's kind of putting up his name. And then you got an oldie but goodie, same face, new place.
Yeah.
Jamie Reed was at South, now he's at Oldham. So, and you saw what Oldham did last week. So, it's still a big rivalry.
Yeah,
He's still in the county.
That may be whoever has the football at the very end of the game.
Exactly.
Spencer County, they were here last week, took it on the chin from this Collins team, 42-14. But tonight they bounce back a little bit, taking on a tough Country Day team up there in Louisville, Kentucky Country Day. 10:33 to go in the third, and the Bears are kind of hanging with them a little bit.
They're undefeated. KCD's undefeated. Class A football, and Spencer County hanging with them, but KCD's got a really strong squad this year.
Yeah.
And but for Spencer County to be where that 2014, you say 10:53 and
10:33 to go.
In the third, they're 6 points away, so it go other way. It's still wide open.
They're in the game. And Western Hills is at Henry County. That's a touchdown game there. It's 4 minutes to go before halftime. Henry County 30-23. A lot of scoring in that first half between those two teams.
Henry County proving that they can put points up again. If I had to make the call, I would have said Henry County by 2 touchdowns just by watching, but Western Hills playing a strong game tonight against them.
That's the scoreboard presented by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family. We'll take a break, come back, and talk about some stats. Stay with us here on Glycon Sports.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900, or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front, 24/7. Our gift to the town, it's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive, we are leaders in customer care.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville. When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Semin & Realtors, always one step ahead. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by German American Bank, building our community since 1910. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. And by the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm.
Quick look at the stats here at halftime as the Titans of Collins lead 36-0 over Shelby County and the Rockets. And it has been the Cade Gooden show once again for the Titans as he has led his team to 321 yards of total offense. And Shelby County just can't get off the mat. They are at -5 in total offense, and that's never a good sign, Coach.
No, anytime you're at the negative there, you're usually where Shelby County is right now. Cade Gooden, as we said earlier, the team goes as he goes. He runs it, he throws it. He keeps everybody on their toes. He's a threat. It's a threat. Every time he drops back in the pocket, you have to be aware of him throwing it. When he scrambles, receivers get open. Cade Gooden show, as we say, he goes as they go.
And believe it or not, Shelby County -8 in rushing yards, but +3 in passing yards. That's where you get to -5. Collins is at 126 on the ground and 195 through the air with Gooden. It would have been a lot worse in the first half, but Collins has decided they want the officials to throw a flag on almost every play. They have 14 penalties for 106 yards. That's been the best offense for Shelby County. Only 5 penalties on the Rockets for a total of 20 yards. And just too many. They've got to clean that up, Coach.
Yeah, well, let's clarify that. I don't think they wanted that. but yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I hate to beat a dead horse, but I can see it right now. Like I said, when those kids got up 21-0 and they felt that they weren't being pushed, they felt that the Shelby County team wasn't competing with them on their level, their intensity just dropped. And then when your intensity drops like that, it comes down to concentration. And these are kids, these 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, 18-year-old kids. Concentration went down. And that's all it is. When you line up, when the football's right there and you line up on defense and you line up in the neutral zone or pass the ball, that's just pure concentration. That's
6 offside penalties on Collins tonight.
Defense, And then on offense, when you know, if I say we're going to go on 2 and I say down, set, and you go, then you're not concentrating. It's just it's pure concentration. And I think that, next week will get them back on track, because they'll have a different opponent and not playing their buddies across town.
Gooden, 84 yards is the leading rusher tonight for the Titans. He's also 11 of 17 for 195. Delaney is the leading receiver, 6 catches, 133 yards. For Shelby County, Tristan Barrow, 5 carries, 10 yards net for him. And Staples is 1 of 6 for 3. We'll take our final break of halftime, come back and run down the scoring summary. Tell you how we arrived at 36-0 in the first half and set you up for the start of the second half. So that's on the way here on the halftime show. It is 36-0, the Titans of Collins over the Rockets of Shelby County. Back in a moment on Glycod Sports.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
We're big fans here in Kentucky of great savings at Cartown Kia.
Score 1.9% financing on select new Kia models like 2026 Kia Sportage. Or win with 0% on 2025 Kia Sorento and Sportage.
Our team is here for your team at Cartown Kia.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Halftime winding down here at Collins High, 36-0 Titans. It's time now for our scoring summary from the first half. A look at the first half scoring summary is presented by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today. Visit carpenters.com for more information. At first, it looked like it was going to be that Cade Gooden and Jason Hintz was just going to hog all the scoring for themselves. 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. They had one of 2 yards, one of 4 yards, and then one of 35 yards. And there was still 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, Coach. It was 21-0. Looked like the route was going to be on, and we'd have been out of here all of a sudden. But the penalties crept in after that.
21-0, scoring, easy. Guys out there, you see guys, I hate to say it, you see a couple kids out there kind of giggling. They're kind of just coming off the field laughing, and next thing you know, the defense of Shelby County kind of found their way. You know, they sat there and they saw what was going on. Next thing you know, they brought a little pressure, and they held Collins on 1st and goal at the 5. Held him to a goal line stand right there. Held him on a couple others, and you know, the offense stuttered a little bit, and then, like you said, the penalties came in. Yeah. The penalty after penalty. Next thing you know, instead of our route, we kind of had a game there for a minute.
Yeah, it was from 5.5 minutes left to go in the first till 3.5 left to go in the second before we got our next score. Gooden hooked up with Delaney, the wide receiver, Avion Delaney, and that was an 11-yard hookup, made it 28-0, and then Gooden had his first rushing touchdown of the night with 2:45 to go before halftime, a 43-yard touchdown rush, his 5th of the season. They were able to get the 2-point conversion to make it 36, giving it a running clock, which I suspect we'll probably have for the second half, unless Shelby County can put something together here and get a score up on the board. But I think it runs anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, the rule.
Once you start it,
the
keeps going.
And that's one of those things. I like it, but I don't like it.
Yeah, there's good and bad.
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, in certain cases, it needs to run. But then in other cases, you know, if a team somehow, you know, onside kicks, comes back, scores.
Right.
Other team fumbles, they come back, score again. Comes back, scores again. Next thing you know, if it's a 7-point game,
right,
and the clock's still running, you're like, oh, I got to use timeouts. I got to do this. The strategy's out the door.
Changes a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, the rule is the rule, so it will be a running clock right now. And, you know, right now I think that Collins will be trying to get in as many players as they can. You know, try to get some other kids in there, get some varsity action right there. And as small as the sideline is over there for Shelby County, you'll see a lot of those sophomores and juniors in there still out there battling away and, you know, proving to their coach, hey, you know, even though we're down, we're not quitting.
Pal Miller, the good news is you get the football coming out here in the second half. Maybe try to put something together offensively. -5 in total offensive yards tonight.
Well, you must be prepared for the onside kick or for the pooch kick. And like I said earlier, when they did that kick, I'm sure Coach will talk to his team about it. When you kick it in the air like that, his guys can put their hand up, fair catch it, you know, and not worry about getting hit. And I don't think that they were aware of that, because as the ball is over there's a player kind of over there, but he kind of, I wouldn't say shied away from it, but, you know, when you see 4 or 5 guys coming at you, you know, you're thinking, are they going to blow me up? And he wasn't aware that all he has to do is stick that hand up.
I see Cade Gooden warming up down here, just kind of lightly jogging to stay warm. I don't think we're going to see much of him in the second half, are we?
I see maybe 2 series.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 series, depending on how this works out for them. You know, if defense scores a touchdown here or something, then he comes in for a series, and then you bring in the rest of the guys. But, you know, tonight is one of those nights where, hey, you know, within the county, within the what did you call it? The
crosstown throwdown showdown. I'll throw a couple more downs in there. I don't care.
The crosstown showdown throwdown.
Downtown. We'll get it.
The crosstown showdown throwdown, and you know, he may get to take the rest of the night off here after about 2 series.
So the Collins Titans, they won the toss, elected to receive, which Coach Lucas does. He wants his offense out there. He wants to get Gooden in a rhythm, which he did at the first quarter. Kind of slacked off right when the penalties started happening. Again, there were 14 penalties in the first half for 106 yards against the Titans. Somewhere in the locker room, Jerry Lucas probably addressed that. Would you say that is a true statement?
Oh, definitely, most definitely. Championship coach there. Championship coach there, he definitely addressed that.
On the second touchdown, that was a fumble into the end zone. 74 scored the touchdown. Douglas.
So there was a fumble on the second touchdown. And I'm assuming he's talking about the pass to Hintz.
And it said number 74 caught it.
And 74 caught it, which would make it Mike Douglas, the junior.
Mike Douglas in the books.
Here's the kickoff by Miller, and that one's going to be in the end zone. He's not missed many tonight. He did the sky kick on the first kick, which the Titans recovered, and he's only had one return. That one was near the end of the first half.
Well, I'll tell you what, that kick shows what kind of speech was given at halftime. That kick
There's
shows,
a little chalkboard in that one.
Yeah. When that happens, you can kind of tell. Coach kind of gave it to his team a little bit about some of these penalties and some of the effort that was probably given. Now, I'm not saying that the effort wasn't there, but, those minimal mistakes, he's just letting them know we're a better team than that, and we can't have that. And you can kind of tell that by the way Gage Miller kicked that ball to start the second half.
1st and 10 from their own 20. And Staples back in at the quarterback spot. He's got Barrow and Taylor in the backfield with him. Just a step, maybe a yard in front of him. Splitting the difference.
Waiting for one more player here.
Somebody's late getting on the field. Here we go. It's Andrew Clay, the senior. And it's going to be a timeout.
It's just not the way you want to start the half if Shelby County right
not
there.
Not a play run, and you have to use a timeout here because you didn't have enough players on the field.
And that just shows youth, inexperience, and guys out there just not knowing. Am I out here? Am I on offense, coach? Am I going to be playing defense? What am I doing here? And you have to use a timeout, and that's just frustrating. I know that Coach Powell Miller is probably, he doesn't have any hair, but he's got a beard, so maybe he's pulling the hair off his beard there. But that's frustrating. That is one of those things. Just so, and you see the young man that came on late. Now he's going out, and someone else is coming in for him. So maybe he wasn't supposed to be out there. I'm not really sure, but it looks like number 8, Alou, came in for him. So I don't know if Alou was supposed to be in there or if Clay was supposed to be in there, but now they've got 11, so let's get it started. Let's get this second half rolling.
Alou's going to go to the slot on the right side. It's the same setup, same formation with Taylor and Barrow in the backfield with the quarterback Staples. Snap, handoff, Barrow. Barrow gets hit early, and he may have sneaked an inch or two out of that before he gets taken down shy of the 21-yard line.
And that's a play right there by number 10. Right there, that's Cochran. Josh Cochran comes in. Little blitz right there. Just makes a nice defensive play. He's got those green shoes on. He is very visible. And just makes a nice, strong defensive play right there.
You're going to see players down the depth chart now for Coach Jerry Lucas because these guys need experience too. They're going to be counted on late in the season when things are going to be riding on the line. They'll have to come in and make plays.
And that's one of the things I discussed last week about the Trinity Shamrocks and why they're so good. They have a backup at every position. And not only do they have a backup, they have some guys that are competing that probably could be starters elsewhere, and that's what keeps them atop that 6A.
2nd and 9, Staples, time to throw. No, he threw it incomplete. In the area was Clay Seaton. Also over there was Caden Johnson, sophomore wide receiver. But I think Staples basically saw a wall of black in front of him and just said, I got to get rid of it.
Yeah, number 29 comes in there. That's Trey Engel right there on the blitz. Just comes in. The quarterback just has to fall back and throw it, and it just gets to the ground. There's just nothing there. Nothing there for number 1, Clay Seaton.
3rd and 9 coming up here after the 1-yard pickup by Barrow and then the incompletion. Staples gets the call. Got a tight end in there, Luke Garner, who's going to stay close and try to help out with blocking up front.
Yeah, that seems like that would be the purpose for him to be there, stay right there and help out. But that would just be an extra man for the Collins to bring in.
Low snap, handoff, loss on the play. Staples struggled. There's a flag coming in late there. Staples struggled to get that to Taylor, and a loss of about 2, but let's see what the penalty flag is as we pick up right where we left off in the first half. Personal foul against the Collins Titans.
Yeah, nothing there for the running back. They just closed it off right there, and as he tries to hand off to the back, he barely gets that going, but then obviously there's something done by one of the Collins players. I don't know if it's a face mask or if someone said something, or I don't know what the personal foul is, but whatever it was, it's a automatic first down for Shelby County.
All first downs tonight that Shelby County has been able to muster have been by penalty. 34-yard line on a 15-yard personal foul call, and that makes it 1st and 10. Still on their side of the field. Garner's still in there at that tight end spot. He's going to line up to the right along with Ian Alou. Snap to Taylor direct. He's able to squirt through. Big gain, first down, spun down at the 49-yard line of Collins. And that'll be a first down. The first time tonight that Shelby County has got a first down from scrimmage with their offense.
That's a really nice play right there. You got two guys kicking out right there as the back cuts up inside and gets another nice block before Javon Hunter, number 9, brings him down, but not till he's across midfield. That's a really nice design play right there by Shelby County.
7:20 and counting in the third quarter. 36-0 Collins, and a 1st and 10 from the Collins 49 for the Rockets. First time tonight they've also been in opponent territory that did not start with a turnover. Taylor squirts through again. 45 down to the 43 before he's ridden down. And
that's a
the
really
tackle
nice play
made
there
by
Taylor.
I believe that was Estrada, who, again, leading tackler for this team after 2 games.
It was Estrada, but that was a nice play. The ball was short, and the quarterback just catches it. But when he catches it, he's already moving forward. So he beats the Collins guys across the line right there, then gets what he can get before Estrada makes a nice tackle right there. So second and manageable.
2 big gains by Taylor taking direct snap in almost a wildcat type of offense. So it'll be 2nd and 4 now at the 43 of Collins.
In a place they haven't been very much tonight at all.
Stutter step, nowhere to go this time for Taylor as he's brought down right at the 45, a loss of 2.
Yeah, they brought him every gap that time. There was defense player in every gap right there, so there was just no place to go for Taylor. Taylor tried to stutter step it a little bit, but they brought linebackers, brought everyone. Just nothing there going right there, and takes it back to 3rd and I guess about 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 now from the 45. They've got to get to the 39. Wouldn't shock me if Powell Miller goes for it on 4th down, depending on what happens on this play. If they can get about half of it, could go for it. Taylor comes out of the game completely. Or is he lined up over here? No, he is out.
He's out of the game, yes.
Staples is going to come back to the quarterback spot. Brings Seaton back into the backfield. Now lines him up in the slot on the right side. It's Barrow in the backfield with Staples. 3rd and 6. Snap. Throw. Sideline. Not going to get there. Seaton, who wanted to go out, then come back to the football. And it's going to be incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 6.
Heavy pressure right there by Clay England. The quarterback just has no place to go with it. England, he's back there before he can even really drop back and throw the ball. And as he throws it, he just throws it flat, maybe about 3 yards short to his wideout. Doesn't give him an opportunity at all. But as you talked about going for it on 4th down, looks like Coach Powell Miller is going to go for it here on 4th down. I don't see a punting unit.
No, I don't either. Barrow's out there. Staples is taking a play call from the sideline. So we're going to get a 4th down attempt here by Staples in the offense. Barrow's out there. Garner stays out there in that almost like an H-back spot, Coach, where he's trying to help the offensive line hold off the oncoming rush.
And they're taking an awful long time to get this in. Let's see if they can get up there and snap the ball and possibly avoid a delay of game.
4th and 6, here it comes. Everybody gets set on the line. Will they get it off? They do. Low snap, Staples throws high and almost picked off. It'll be a turnover on downs. Coming up underneath of it from the backside was Davy Dale, almost able to pick that one off as it was too high for Seaton.
Yeah, Dale hit his hands right there, almost had an opportunity to get it. You got 2 receivers out there. One just comes back, and I think that was supposed to go to number 1 right there, Clay Seaton, but he overthrew Seaton, and Dale covering his man got an opportunity to get his hands on the ball and just dropped it. So
if you own a business and would like to find out more about corporate partnerships on Glycod and our free-to-watch high school athletics platform, please drop us a note at info@glycod.com. Turnover on downs, 45-yard line. That's where the Titans will take over, and Gooden completes a pass into the flat. Good for 9 yards, as that was a quick play, and able to catch it was Hulsman for a good 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Nice crisp route right there. Hulsman in the slot right there, and quarterback gets it. Just gets to a nice fake to his running back. Hulsman gets 5 yards on it, catches it, and gets about 5 more.
You, when we were getting ready for pregame, Coach, you drew an interesting comparison to Gooden, and I think it's a good one. I hadn't thought of it, but Andre Woodson, the former UK quarterback, he's built like him, and he also has a throwing motion that looks a little bit like him.
It looks just like it. I watched film on it and just reminded me of Andre Woodson, and Woodson didn't start out as a guy who was a thrower, but as he built on his Kentucky career, he got that arm stronger and more accurate, and I think he led his team to a bowl game.
Askew on the carry there, big gain for a first down as he picks up about another 8 yards.
And that's who he reminds me of. Like I said, here he's got another year. He's got another year to go. So I'm thinking,
more development, yeah.
Yeah, more opportunity. Gooden's got another year, more opportunity to build that arm strength.
So first down and 10. Gooden from the 38 will throw again. This time he's able to complete it to McIntyre. And that is McIntyre's second catch of the night, 4th target. And his first catch was for 9. I think he's going to go for about 5 on this one up to the 33-yard line.
That's going to be his 3rd catch of the year, I believe. I think he's got 3 catches on the year. I'm not quite sure on that, but this seems nice, crisp, smooth offense. Catch it, hike the ball and let it go. Hike the ball, let it go. 3-step drop in sense. Just get it, let it go.
2nd down and 5. Maybe the last time we see Gooden in this game. We've only got 1:15 to go in the 3rd. There's a handoff up the middle, Askew, but right there to make the tackle is Alou. And Ian Alou has had a very nice game tonight.
Alou did a great job right there. He let the big guard and tackles right there, big number 74. He let Mike Douglas and those guys go by. Then he just got right in their hip pocket. And as he gets right in their hip pocket, he just comes up and makes the play right behind them. So basically those linemen, they got through there, and there was no one there to block them. They had no one to block, and Lou just gets in their hip pocket right behind him and makes a nice play.
3rd and 5, no gain on the carry by Askew. Gooden trying to convert a 3rd down, throws sideline, caught by Hintz, and Hintz is going to have the first down at the 25. Trying to stretch out to get another yard. Can't do it. Robbie Moore on the tackle for the Rockets.
Very nice play right there. Hintz down, and he's down at the bottom of your screen there. Just does a little dig route. It's about 5, 6, 7 yards right there. Quarterback catches it, throws it, timing, gets it, first down, move the chains.
And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. We're in a running clock situation. They gave him a bad spot out to the 31. I thought he got at least to the the 26. I thought he got to the 25, but I don't think it matters at this point. Titans are up 36-0, trying to run the clock out on the Shelby County Rockets. And we have the 4th quarter coming up next here on Glycod Sports.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Crestwood State Farm agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. LaGrange Service Center, providing quality car care for more than 60 years. And by Clementine's Car Wash, LaGrange's 24/7 touchless car wash.
Going pitch play here, first play of the 4th quarter. They get it out to Askew. He'll get inside the 20-yard line before he spun back, then thrown out by Clay Seaton. Also over there to help him out, Robbie Moore. As we're getting down close to crunch time as to when we're going to be deciding most outstanding players. We were talking about Ian Alou from Shelby County. I think he has to be a good candidate, don't you, Coach?
Strong candidate right there, along with a few others for Shelby County. Nice toss play right there by Collins right there. Running back gets about 7-8 yards right there. Good pursuit by the defense, but not until after he gets pushed out of bounds. So
19-yard line. It'll be second and a very short 3. Gooden still has Askew with him in the backfield.
Blitz coming.
And thrown over the top of it, completes it to Hintz.
Bubble
Hintz
screen.
10-5, touchdown.
No
Fourth
one there.
time tonight.
No
I
one
should
there.
say the third, as one of them was changed.
Yes.
But Hintz and Gooden have hooked up for the third time tonight. That one goes for 19.
Very easy play right there. He kind of fakes to the back going right there. And number 1 just drops back behind the line. He has 3 linemen out there in front of him and no white shirts. So it's like pitch and catch and just run across the white line. Nobody there.
Gage Miller on to try and add the extra point after the 19-yard touchdown catch. So that will be the 4th of the game after they change the 1 thrown by Gooden. And now for him on the season, he has 12 touchdown passes. And Hintz, with his 3 touchdown catches, he now has 6 on the season, while Delaney has 5. He's only caught 1 here tonight. We'll take a quick break, come back, and we'll let you get that thought in, Coach, as it's 11:03 to go, 43-0 Collins.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
11:03 to go in the game, 43-0. Collins now on top by a little more after Gooden and Hintz hook up for the 3rd time in this game. And what we were talking about before the break, it would have been the 4th time they hooked up, but there was a fumble in the end zone, which was covered up by an offensive lineman and Mike Douglas. And Coach and I joking that Big Mike Douglas now will be asking for his name to be called in the huddle so he can get a couple of carries.
Get a couple carries down the goal line. The big 6'1", 260-pound junior. Next thing you know, he'll be able to say, Coach, I'm open. Or, Coach, give me the ball.
Miller's kickoff is long, taken at the goal line, and a touchback. Barrow fielded it, but that back foot went into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. If it crosses that plane, it's an automatic whistle from the official.
Tremendous weapon right there, and, you know, that's going to be an asset for this Collins team come deep in the playoffs right there.
The wind gusts were going to be a factor tonight, up to 20 miles per hour at times, but we have been lucky enough, and I say this with bated breath, that we have not gotten the storms in this area that they were expecting for Central Kentucky. Now, that is not to say that other areas didn't get them, but most of the games that we were watching, their scores were well into the second half, so hopefully they avoided any bad weather tonight as well.
Yeah, they've eluded the negative weather or the bad weather and got their games in, and you know, hopefully everyone's safe and you know, wherever else. But no, we've got great weather here. It feels perfect here.
Riley, and this is an anomaly. It's normally 89 with a bunch of humidity, too. Here's Staples on the first snap.
Nice move.
Barrow with a nice change of direction, but he's going to be brought down for a loss. Goodness, nice move in the backfield. If he would have just started going north-south instead of east-west, Coach, he might have had something.
Might have had something there, but Noah Wade had said none of that today. The defensive back give it to him. His first initial move, he just cuts and beats the outside linebacker defense in, but Noah Wade comes in from his DB position and wraps him up, and just I guess a gain of nothing there.
9-12 and counting to go. Staples back with, they're going to say no gain, that he got back to the 20. Back there with Barrow. looking over the defense. Low snap, Barrow, handoff up the middle and found room. 30, first down, 31 before he's brought down there. And a nice run by Barrow.
Nice play right there, very nice.
That guy has been all over the field on tackles tonight. Javon Hunter, the senior, all over the place.
Just a nice turnout, and then a little trap action there by Shelby County. And then next thing you know, the back gets up there and gets enough for the first down before he's stopped by a Collins defender right there. So first down, I think that's one of the first downs they've gained on their own without a penalty, isn't it?
The last drive was, and then that'll be their second. Staples throws the football, and it's outside of the range of Clay Seaton, who is coming back to it. It'll be incomplete at the 31-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Interesting play call right there. Looked like a bubble screen right there to Clay, and then next thing you know, the ball was thrown on his outside shoulder. So instead of him coming back to go inside, he had ended up looked like he's going back outside, and just miscommunication between he and the quarterback.
Staples is out for this play. He went to the sideline, so Taylor back in at quarterback. And what almost looks like a Wildcat set, but he's got a running back with him in Barrow, 2nd and 10.
They've had some good runs here with Taylor back there at quarterback, as long as they get a good snap.
Taking a while. Now the snap. That one was better. Hands it to Barrow. Cuts back inside. Nice. Got room. Look out. Look at his speed. He's going to be caught from behind at the 40-yard line on the Shelby County, on the Collins side. I was trying to see who actually got him, but some good speed to catch up with him. Davy Dale,
Yeah, Davy Dale, a nice play right there, but he cuts through, makes a nice cut, then gets north-south that time. And lucky that Dale was coming off his off his receiver and makes a nice tackle there, touchdown-saving tackle there.
32-yard carry by Barrow. He's trying to make his name a candidate for player of the game.
Yeah, he's had some strong runs here this last few plays here.
1st and 10 from the 37 of Collins. This time they'll bottle up Barrow, give him maybe a yard.
Not much there. A little more pressure there by the Collins defense right there. And you could see number 10's in there, as well as number 63. Nate Bruce. Number 10 right there, Josh Cochran making the tackle.
Barrow's going to stay in there. Here comes Staples back as Taylor got a couple of snaps. Handed it to Barrow. We'll see if Staples does the same thing. He's back at the quarterback spot. Taylor off.
And when you switch quarterbacks like this, I just wonder if there's a – I would love to ask Coach why he does that.
Pitch out to Barrow, right side, and coming up to make a tackle. That may be Dale again. Nope. This time it's Noah Wade who came up to make that tackle. Wade and Dale have been a wrecking crew on the defense.
Yeah, you know Noah Dale because you see those green shoes. But this is kind of like that two-hand push shot or push pass.
Yeah, from the
chest.
chest.
Out there, just pushes from the chest and gets out there. And he eludes one tackler, but then next thing you know, number 5, Noah Wade, just comes up and just makes a big-time play with those green shoes and those green gloves. You know who he is out there, and that was a nice open field tackle, which makes it 3rd and forever for Shelby County.
3rd and 15, loss of 5 on that play. That's short 15, but I don't think it's going to be quibbled about. 3rd down anyway. Way back there this time is Taylor. He comes back in at the quarterback spot. Snap,
Blitz
fumbled it, picked it up, throws it, middle of the field, intercepted at the 28-yard line. Coming down with it is Miles Terry, a junior defensive back, down the depth chart, but in for that one, and he gets a big play, a turnover.
Yeah, there's no place to go right there. It started all with the snap right there. The snap, it's a little bit, he just bobbles it. It wasn't a bad snap, but he just rolls to his right and throws it in double coverage right there. And Miles Terry and number 5, Noah Wade are right there. Terry comes up with the interception, and just no opportunity to win on that play for Shelby County.
So with 4.5 minutes to go, clock still running, Collins will have it, 43-0 their lead, and they'll have it at their own 29-yard line. Shelby County, a nice little drive there, a couple of nice runs by Barrow, but not able to get it into the end zone, and it's looking increasingly like that they will not be able to dent the scoreboard against this Titans team tonight.
Up against a tough situation there. You know, when they're second and manageable or 1st and 10. They're nice couple plays there, but then all of a sudden, 3rd and 15. That's just almost a no-win situation for the Shelby County team.
Now in at quarterback, the senior Javon Hunter, who's had such a nice game on defense. Hunter out there now as the quarterback, and Kay Gooden's night is done. Also in the backfield with him is Alex Vega, a freshman running back. 2 receivers to either side. He's still waiting for the play, and they'll wait for the very end of the play clock before they get the play into him.
5 seconds left here. I think they'll get it off now.
Snap. Handoff, Vega. And look at this.
Vega.
Big run. Stutter
Vega.
step.
Oh.
Gets pulled down from the back. That's going to be a horse collar tackle, so they'll add yards on the end of it. He gets into Shelby County territory at the 45-yard line, make it the 43, and the penalty will be added on.
Nice run by Vega. Turn out, block down. Vega gets it, makes a nice run, and then all of a sudden, it looks like number 19 there, Eric Taylor on the horse collar or face mask. I'm not sure which one it was.
I think it was the horse collar.
It looked like the horse collar. He pulled something and just stopped Vega's momentum. But they'll tack on 15 more after that. But that was a very nice run.
No, you're
by
right.
the
It was a
freshman.
face mask. I'm sorry, Coach. It was a face mask.
And most of the time, a horse collar doesn't usually stop you like that, but it may on the sideline, depending on the size of the guy, but face mask stops a lot of guys. Usually guys make these abrupt stops.
When they can't see where they're going.
Yeah, it's like,
looking through the ear hole.
Correct.
2:55 and counting to go in the game. Again, stay with us after the game. Our post-game coverage will be extensive and talk about the numbers and a lot more coming up after the game. Hunter snaps his hands together and will take off up the middle, and he's got room to run to the 30, to the 20, and pulled down as he got across the 20-yard line, making the tackle for the Rockets was Peyton Holt, the sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, it looked like a broken play right there. He looked like he wanted to hand out to the running back. The running back do a little dance to the right there. The next thing you know, he just takes off and gets upfield, and he gets caught from behind there by Holt, hustling. Holt, his defensive tackle or defensive end spot, just hustles down and makes a nice play right there.
Under 2 minutes now to go. Hunter, see if the Titans add 7 before this thing comes to a close. Again, Jerry Lucas, the head coach of Collins, has done the right thing and has called off the dogs, running down the depth chart.
That's huge right there, because I've seen coaches, do that. And some coaches, they're sitting there and they just kind of keep their boys in and keep running. And I'm like, why? I'm like, there's no need for that. So we got a delay of game here. On the Titans, delay of game, coach got a delay of game. It doesn't stop the clock unless someone's called timeout there. I don't know why the clock is stopped, but I guess did Shelby County call timeout?
No, it was a delay of game, I believe, and
the clock stopped.
They stop it until the ball is marked off and then start it again.
Okay. But like I said, coach has done the right thing here. I've seen some coaches just keep his big boys in and keep scoring. And I'm like, what is the purpose of that? It's nothing unless there's some pure hatred, but it doesn't do anything for the kids, and that's not good form of leadership, to show the kids that kind of stuff.
One of the things I was going to mention, Coach, last year, 2024, Shelby County scored 28 points overall the whole season. And in their opening game loss, they scored 26 in a loss to Nelson County. So there are strides that are being made with Shelby County. Powell Miller has come in. He'll get to a point where this team is really showing up and making teams have to earn what they're going to get.
I believe so 100%. And as I was talking about next week, they're playing a Lafayette team, which Collins beat 49 to 9. I believe that Lafayette Shelby County game is going to be a very competitive game, and I believe Shelby County will put some points up on the board, and they'll be in that game through thick and thin. Now, I'm not saying they'll come out on top, but I think they will be very competitive in that game, and I think they can put some points up. And as you said, that'll be another touchdown or two or whatever, and that'll impede or go over what they had last year, which shows a lot of promise and a lot of good things going on for the future of Shelby County football.
That is the final horn, and this one's over. 43-0. Shelby goes down to Collins. It is Collins' second win in a row in the series. The
5th out of 6, I believe.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Coach. The Titans now started 3-0 for the first time since 2022, and Shelby County falls to 0-3. We're going to get our post-game coverage started next, so make sure you stay with us as we'll run down the ticker, the stats, and a lot more. This is Glycod Sports.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Suntime Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Suntime Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
Post-game coverage begins now here on Glycod Sports in Shelbyville tonight. The Titans of Collins High took it to the Shelby County Rockets. 43-0 the final score. Shelby County drops to 0-3 on the season, and the Collins High Titans improved to 3-0. First 3-0 start since 2022. First thing we're going to do, though, is check the ticker. Tonight's scoreboard is presented by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family. Take a look at the scores and our other Glycod games tonight. South Oldham at Tates Creek. They got the win there, Coach, 41-24.
Big win for South Oldham going in, like I said, beating a 6A team in a really tough district up there in Lexington to beat Tates Creek. Really solid win for the Dragons tonight.
Danville gets the win at Anderson County. Always tough to go to Anderson County. 41-13, though. Admirals are trying to build that program back to where it used to be.
Yeah, they used to go in there, and it's still a tough place to play, but they're just down a little bit. I think they got a good good 8th grade group coming up from what I've heard. I heard they got a really solid 8th grade group coming up, so I think the future's going to be bright for them in 2 years.
Oldham County and North Oldham. That thing was 14-14 at halftime. Now 11:04 to go in the game. 27-14 Oldham County. That'd be a big win for the Colonels, wouldn't it?
Huge win for the Colonels. Jamie Reed, Mr. Offense. He is an offensive genius. And I'm telling you what, I don't know how they scored, but I'm thinking he pulled something. He just drew something up right there and got some points on the board.
Spencer County, who lost to this Titans team last week on this very field, they're hanging with Kentucky Country Day, but time's running out on them. 2:39 to go. They're down by 8, 29-21. Don't know if they have the ball or not, but at least enough time there to possibly put something together.
Possibly, but KCD, they're a grounded out team. You know, they're not going to beat anybody by 4 or 5 touchdowns. They're always going to win their games by a score, maybe 10 points. You know, they got that little wing tee going, so they run the ball, control the ball, and win with defense.
8:56 to go in the third. Henry County 42, Western Hills 23. That was closer at halftime. Henry County starting to make some separation here.
The better team's ahead. That's all I can say right now. The better team's ahead. Don't know what's going on there. But put up 40 points, and like I said, the better team's ahead.
Offense making that one last. That's even longer than this one is. So that's the scoreboard presented by Don Franklin Auto. Time now to take a look at the scoring summary. Brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. As we look at the scoring summary in our game, 43-0 Collins. So all these scores by the Titans in the first quarter. Kate Gooden hit Jacob Hintz twice within the first 6 minutes. And then the second one was fumbled. Went into the end zone. It was recovered there by Mike Douglas, one of the offensive linemen for the Titans. So that was not a Gooden to Hintz touchdown connection, but they did it again anyway before the first quarter was over. So they did hook up twice in the first quarter, one for 2 yards, one for 35, and then the one that was fumbled that was recovered by Mike Douglas in the end zone. It was 21-0 at the end of the first quarter.
21-0, cruising. I've seen it. I've seen college games, seen pro games. Guys get up quick, lose intensity. Next thing you know, and these young men out here, I think they kind of start preparing for the night after the game. Amongst their friends here in Shelby County, and next thing you know, penalty, yep. And from there on, the better team stayed ahead, but. I know Coach will work on these penalties.
To get it to a running clock, the Titans scored a couple more in the second quarter. Kate Gooden hit Avi Delaney from 11 yards out, and then he carried one 43 yards into the end zone. It was very impressive to watch him run the football, his 5th rushing touchdown of the year. That made it 36-0 after a 2-point conversion. And then in the fourth quarter, just a minute in, Gooden was able to complete a pass to Jason Hintz once again, this one for 19 yards. So they get 3 touchdown connections over the course of the night. And, boy, Gooden he was dialed in. If it hadn't been for the penalties, it would have been a much cleaner game and looked a lot better.
Well, weren't for the penalties. I know he had about a 49-yard touchdown run.
Yep.
That got called back for a hold, and that would have just, pat down the stats even more. Or maybe the first throw he threw when he hit number 19 and hit his receiver. Is it Miller Gage? Or, no, I'm sorry, it's number 13. Number 13, yeah. Logan Huseman.
Yeah.
Hit Huseman early and hit him right down the middle of the field, and that was a big gain right there. But there was a hold on that on the first play of the game. So, like I said, the penalties killed him, but weren't for the penalties, his stats would be even more than what they are now.
We'll run down the stats here quickly and then take a break, come back, give you our most outstanding players of the game. The first down, 17-5 in favor of Collins. 195 rushing yards, 234 passing yards for Collins, so they get over 400 in total offense at 429. Meanwhile, Shelby County had 56 rushing yards tonight, so they picked up some yards in the second half. Only had -2 in passing yards on the game, so their total offense comes out at 54 yards on 34 plays. We mentioned the penalties, 5 penalties for Shelby County at 20 yards. For tonight, Collins, that's the one thing that if you talk to Jerry Lucas right after this game, he'd tell you that's the thing that's going to bug him. 17 penalties, 131 yards by his Titans tonight.
That's old school Raiders. I don't know if you grew up with football. The team that they were like the most penalized team ever, though.
Madden's teams.
And for those kids out there playing Madden, the name is named after. He coached the Oakland Raiders, was now the Los Angeles Raiders, was now the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, there you go.
But those teams, they would win games by the scores like this, and they would have 20 penalties a game. So that's Raider-esque, but I'm sure it's not what Coach Lucas wants to be perceived as, and I'm sure he'll clear that up this weekend after watching some film.
Offensive individual numbers, Gooden the leading rusher tonight with 84 yards on 6 carries. For Shelby County, it was Tristan Barrow, 10 carries, 54 yards. Passing, Taylor 0 of 1. Briley Staples 2 of 11, but again, they were not able to get positive yards. Gooden ends up 15 of 21 for 234 and 5 touchdowns.
How efficient is that?
Yes, absolutely. Leading receiver Delaney, 6 catches, 133 yards for 1 touchdown, but Hintz had 6 catches, 78 yards, and 3 touchdowns. McIntyre caught a couple. Leading tackler on the night for Shelby County was Robbie Moore with 8, and Isaac Estrada led Titans with 6 tackles on the night. Nate Bruce had 4. When we come back, outstanding players of the game. Stay with us on Glycod Sports.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front, 24/7. Our gift to the town, it's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive, we are leaders in customer care.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
When you want the right agents for your real estate, choose the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura have put their diverse and combined expertise to work in helping you buy or sell your house. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463 or visit them online at vantreeseteam.seminin.com. Semin & Realtors, always one step ahead. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by German American Bank, building our community since 1910. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. And by the Van Treese team with Semin & Realtors, Louisville's oldest and largest real estate firm.
Time now for our most outstanding players of our game, with the Titans winning 43-0. The most outstanding players are presented by Simpsonville Automotive. We're always on. Here's a look at our players of the game for Shelby County. It's going to be Ian Alou. He had a great game on defense. He had a block kick. He had a forced fumble. He had a recovery. He was all over the field on defense.
4 or 5 tackles, even had that tackle for loss where he slid right in behind both pulling guard and tackle and made a nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage. He was everywhere, and he's just and also, I know he didn't player of the game for him, but number 27, Holt, Peyton Holt, he was out there a lot. Then those DBs out there for them. So the future is bright for them. They got a lot to build on out there. The DBs out there, but Holt's Holt's a sophomore, Lou's a sophomore. Eric Taylor, number 19, his name was mentioned quite a few times, sophomore. So they got a lot of sophomores out there, and so like I said, the future is going to be bright for these guys. For the Collins Titans, we might be stabbed before we got out of here if we didn't make Cade Gooden the most outstanding player of this game. Gooden tonight, 84 yards on 6 carries, a touchdown, 15 of 21 through the air, 234 and 5 touchdowns. He had his typical kind of Cade Gooden night, which I think had a little luster taken off just because of the penalty issue. Yeah, the penalty issue, like I said, if it weren't for the penalties, you probably got another 70 yards tacked on passing-wise and about another 50 rushing. So, but as the Titans go, Cade Gooden is the man. That's how they're going to win on. That's going to be their bread and butter. Now, there may be a game where someone else comes through, which is like any other thing, without Cade Gooden, this team is they're not as elusive or not as powerful as they could be without him.
Our last break of the night. We'll come back, wrap things up from here at Collins High in just a moment on Glycon Sports.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
We're here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires, and by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today.
Back here at Collins High to wrap things up on our game tonight here on Glycod Sports. Jim Tyree, Coach Joey Hamilton, as the Titans got by on an easy one, 43-0 over Shelby County. Here's a look at next week's schedule on Glycod, brought to you by New Vista. They see the good ahead. Games that will be taking place next week, Friday, September 12th. You have a game with Lafayette and Shelby County. Coach, Shelby County will find somebody that's probably a little bit more on their level next week, and I think Powell Miller will then be able to kind of really gauge what his team is like in Game 4 of the season and where they are as far as the progress of getting back.
A real opportunity for his team next week. He won't be playing a team like he played this week, and I just think that that's just going to, like you said, they're going to gauge more where they're at, going to have opportunity to run a few more plays, to do a few more sets, and those kids are going to, not be down by 21, when the game starts. So I think it'll be just a good test for them next week.
Tate's Creek's got a tough task. They have to go to Douglas. That'll be a 6:30 kickoff time. Up in Indiana, Seymour and Floyd Central. That's always a good game.
Yeah, Floyd Central, always tough. Seymour up and down, but Floyd Central has always been a very tough defensive-minded squad over in Indiana. I look forward to see what happens in that one.
You and I were in the break talking about Valley going to Butler. That should be a really, really nice matchup to watch.
Valley's won some games this year, and Butler just got their coach back. I'll be doing that game next week. I'll be there. So that's going to be really interesting to see how Butler has come about since I watched them at Mail. Mail tonight took it on the chin, 38-7 from St. X. So Mail not as good as they are, or have not as good as they have been in the past. But that Butler team, I'm going to see kind of like as we looked at Shelby County. I'm going to see how they've gotten better since game 1.
GRC is at Henry Clay, 7:30 kickoff time down in the Lexington area. And then Harrison County at Anderson County should be, again, one of those games where those two teams are closer to each other's level.
Pick them right there. I'm kind of looking forward to the GRC at Henry Clay. I want to see what Henry Clay's bringing to the table, because GRC took a tough one tonight, took it on the chin tonight. So, to see where the Tate's Creeks and the Henry Clays, and, Douglas is not, they're not the Douglas we've seen in the past. They're very young themselves. So it's going to be very interesting. But, if we talk about 6A football, I think overall Trinity is the big dog to catch there. 5A football, it's probably going to be Bowling Green, Owensboro, but we've got some good stuff here with the district of Collins, South Oldham, Scott County, and Woodford. So it's going to be a really tough district 5A, and so that's I'm looking forward to seeing what these Collins Titans do this year.
Yeah, should be fun district games to watch here.
Will be
in this district. All right, that'll do it for us. For our cameraman Max Gorley, for our producer Kevin Maldonado, for the coach Joey Hamilton. I can't keep him any longer. His Cardinals are in a close game, and I want him to be able to catch the end of that one in the car radio. My name is Jim Tyree. We leave you once again with a final score from here at Collins High. 43-0, the Titans over Shelby County and the Rockets. That'll do it for us. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for more Central Kentucky high school football on Glycod Sports.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Football. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. New Vista, we see the good ahead. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, where you'll find top quality products for